on that same floor 2 years ago, the most embarrassing of head coach Ashley Taylor's career, and she will tell you as such. 64-23 on February 7th of 2023. That loss, the newspaper article about it, stayed up in the locker room all throughout last season for Franklin's season. It's what helped propel the Lady Cats to the historic year that they had with 30 wins before falling in the semifinals of the 4th region tournament against Bowling Green. All of those parallels lead us here, back inside Diddle Arena, the semifinals of the 4th region girls basketball tournament, where for the second time this season, the two consensus top teams in the region face off. It's Franklin Simpson and Barren County with a trip to the region championship on the line. I'm Tyler Eaton, joined by Tavius Babb. And TB, these two teams had slightly different paths to get here. Franklin Simpson was really the only team to blow through their opening round matchup, 58-33. They beat South Warren. They led that game by as much as 33 in the third quarter. Barren County, meanwhile, got out to a 10-3 lead. It looked like they were going to run away from Cumberland County. Then they give up a 10-0 run and trailed after the first quarter before outscoring Cumberland in every quarter the rest of the game to win 52-39 and set up the matchup that everyone has been waiting for all season long, but especially since we got to see the first round back in February.
Yeah, you know what? I think this matchup, as much as Barren County wanted that revenge tour, Franklin Simpson, I bet, want to prove themselves even more that it doesn't take a double overtime win to beat this team. And specifically on tonight, this would be the night to really prove that as they take on this matchup. I'm so excited to watch these teams play. Both two well-coached teams, very talented on so many fronts when you look through the rosters here, and I'm just so excited for what we're going to see tonight.
The Trojanettes 26-5 on the season, went 18-2 against 4th region competition under 10th-year head coach Piper Lindsay. Last season, for just the second time, and at that point 9 years, now 10, this Trojanette team missed the region tournament under Piper Lindsay. They were absolutely stunned at Allen County, Scottsville. Similar situation what happened to the Franklin Simpson boys, who had to go on the road, play a lower-seeded Russellville team. They got beat by the Panthers. Same thing happened to Barren County. Franklin Simpson, we've talked about all year long how the goal was to get back here inside Diddle Arena and avenge what we saw in the semifinals last year. But these are two teams that have been out for blood since the beginning of the year. They've known from the start that they were on a collision course with each other. Franklin Simpson is 4-1 against these Trojanettes under head coach Ashley Taylor. The winner of this game going on to play either Bowling Green or Metcalfe County Saturday at 7 o'clock in the championship game. The Lady Purples, TB, have still won 5 straight region championships. They survived the tight game against Todd County Central, and regardless of what we think about these two teams, whatever lies ahead, this is just the first step and will probably give us a glimpse of who the favorite is going to be in Saturday's championship game.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of improvements from that first matchup that happened in Barren County between both of these teams. Both the teams very uncharacteristic, turning the ball over extremely a lot. Specifically Franklin, They had so many turnovers in that second quarter against Barren County, and then vice versa for Barren County against Franklin. So I think we're going to get the best out of both of these teams. And again, whether they play Bowling Green in the final matchup, I think both of these teams are looking to be the favorite, to be the front runner, to make it to that Sweet 16 up at Rupp Arena.
But it's one game at a time. Franklin Simpson learned that lesson the hard way last year, in Barren County even more so, not even making it here to Diddle Arena, as the Lady Cats under Coach Ashley Taylor experienced 2 years ago. That loss to Russellville, that's the turning point for everything. You lose to Larisha Cawthorn and Lady Panther. She comes to Franklin Simpson. She's now a 2,000-point career scorer, looking to lead her Lady Cats to a region championship date with either Bowling Green or Metcalfe County. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we take a closer look at that opening win for Franklin Simpson, and we dive more into this Barren County team that we've seen once already this season, but alongside their star in Bird, who we were extremely impressed with the first time around, they've started to find their own Robin to go along with the Batman that is Shelby Bird. It's Franklin Simpson and Barren County in the 4th region tournament here on 92.3 WFKN.
Hey, Mr. Smith, what was that call about last Friday night?
Well, Doc, I thought he crossed the line.
I'm pretty sure everyone in the stands thought you were the one that crossed the line with that call.
I guess I get that all the time, Doc.
Well, I'm glad you finally came in here to get your eyes checked at Wilkins Eye Care.
And like I said, I hear that all the time.
Go, Cats!
Wilkins Eye Care, 705 North Main Street, Franklin, Kentucky.
Over.
Hi, my name is Ellison Wolhite and I'm playing Ariel in The Little Mermaid. We wanted to invite you on a magical adventure under the sea. Come see Franklin Simpson High School's production of The Little Mermaid March 21st through the 23rd at the FSHS PAC. You'll meet all my friends Flounder, Sebastian, and even that wicked sea witch Ursula. We'll sing, dance, and take you on an unforgettable journey. Pre-sale tickets are $10 for adults and $5 for students. So what are you waiting for? Come be part of our world and make a splash with The Little Mermaid.
That's here in the semifinals of the 4th region tournament, taking on Barren County, the champions of the 15th district. Franklin Simpson seeking their first title game appearance since 2022. They have now made it successfully. All 4 years that they've made it in this region tournament, they've won their opening game under head coach Ashley Taylor, and they rode incredible efficiency to their win on Sunday against South Warren, shooting 59% through the first 3 quarters before a sloppy 1-for-10 final frame that South Warren won 13-6 to make that game seem a little bit tighter there at the end than it really was. The Lady Spartans, TB, this was the story. In the first half of that game, South Warren took 8 shots. They had turned it over 18 times, and in fact, at halftime of that game, Franklin Simpson had more points just off of turnovers than South Warren had in total. You talked about the turnovers. That's what allowed Barren County to hang with Franklin Simpson in the regular season matchup. Not only do the Lady Cats have to take care of the basketball, they've got to find a way to turn over this Barren County team that realistically, while we've got them listed with 3 guards and 2 forwards, they put out 5 players that are cut from the same cloth, and even their bench players, you're basically getting nothing but guards in the main rotation for Barren County. You got to find a way still to get some pressure on them.
Excuse me. Yeah, and I think in that game, too, turnovers were the turning point for Barren County as well. I remember around the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, Barren County was up big, and then out of nowhere, Larisha gets an and one, misses the free throw, gets the offensive rebound, puts it in, and then Vanessa Ray steals the ball, puts it in for a quick 5-point swing, and that's kind of shifted the tide back in Franklin Simpson's favor. So if you're Franklin Simpson, you have to take care of the ball. And like you said, you're going to have to play against a team that you're not used to playing as far as the 5-guard system they run, because last game they were really headhunting Chloe Smith at the top of the key, getting her in isolation. And so I think for Franklin, you have to help well, not leave the corners wide open and allow this team to tee off from 3, because if I'm mistaken, I believe that whenever they make 6 threes in a game, that's kind of their mark to look for.
That's their number. And for the season, they don't throw up a ton of three-pointers. They're extremely efficient from everywhere. They're top 50 in the state in field goal percentage, free throw percentage, 32% from outside. They only make 3.6 three-pointers per game in their losses, which really isn't under much. Their normal average of 4 three-pointers made per game. They hit 6 against Franklin Simpson, which realistically, they checked all the boxes that they would for a win against the Lady Cats. But Franklin Simpson still found a way to win that ball game. And you brought up Vanessa Ray. She had a ton to do with that. Against Barren County, had 15 points. She has not been in double figures since then. Against South Warren, again, 6 points, 3 for 7 from the field. Was a little bit more efficient than she had been over this recent stretch. But we talked about Batman and Robin. For a while, the Robin for Franklin Simpson was Vanessa, but man, it's emerged, or I should say a re-emergence, as Chloe Smith. She's been in double figures in 6 of her last 7 games, had 14 points, went 4 for 8 from the floor, 6 for 8 from the free throw line, had 7 rebounds and a block in that game against South Warren. She's averaged 12.4 points per game her last 7 games. Now that stretch started right after she only scored 6 points on 2 for 5 shooting from the floor, 2 for 5 shooting from the free throw line against Barren County. We mentioned this on Sunday. Chloe Smith in last year's region tournament, between the 2 games total, only took 4 shots. She took 8 against South Warren. And as much as Barren County might try to target her on defense, offensively, she's got to take it right back at them.
Yeah, she has to be aggressive, and we saw that in that last game where she was really driving to the rack, and a lot of that began on a steal from half court for Chloe Smith and out in her transition. So if you get those easy baskets for her to make her kind of get in that rhythm early in the game, it sets her up for being late in the game and being ready when the moment comes for her.
She led Franklin Simpson with 5 steals in that game, and at least 3 of them were deflections near half court that turned into buckets for Franklin Simpson. That win was number 12 in a row for the Lady Cats after their loss to Franklin County in the semifinals of the Kentucky 2A state tournament up in Owensboro. Barren County coming in on a 5-game winning streak. They're averaging 63 points per game since they lost to Metcalfe County, who will take on Bowling Green in the second game of the night here. The Trojanettes, we can talk all we want about their star Shelby Bird, and we will throughout the broadcast, averaging about 14.5 points per game, but they're really at their best when everyone else steps up, and that's what happened against Cumberland County. She was in single digits, and that's something for Shelby Bird that if you go back and look, that had not happened for her for 10 straight games. She had been in double figures before the Cumberland County game, but Katie Geralds goes 6 for 6 from the floor with 16 points, and Katie Elmore, who has really emerged as the X factor for this team, had 12 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. She's been in double figures in 5 straight games, beginning with a 21-point game against the runners-up at that 2A tournament in Taylor County. Shelby Bird has been fine in their losses. She scored in double figures in all 5 losses, had 16 against Franklin Simpson. The rest of the team total has 3 double-digit performances across their 5 losses. We saw TB in the first matchup between these 2 teams. It was Ann Ashley Atkinson who stepped up for Barren County. It's going to have to be somebody or somebodies beside Bird that take them over the top tonight.
And I think also with Bird, right, she can't get in foul trouble like she did against Franklin. Whenever Franklin went on those runs, it was when she was off the court. So if you're Barren County, you got to have the role players come along as well, but you have to have Bird stay on the floor as much as she can and not take extended leaves of absences because of foul trouble.
Franklin Simpson won 55-49 in double overtime in that game. Barren County was up 31-23 with 5.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Bird went out with 3 fouls, and the Lady Cats led by 2 once that third quarter was finished. Starting lineups being announced, so let's meet them as well. First for Barren County at 26-5 on the season under 10th-year head coach Piper Lindsay. She led these Trojanettes to be the last team besides Bowling Green to win this region back in 2019. Again, they basically function as 5 guards. We've talked about a few of them. 5'6" sophomore Shelby Bird, their leading scorer at 14.5 points per game, joining the backcourt by 5'6" senior Caitlin Elmore. She's averaging 9.5 points per game, 3 rebounds, but she has caught fire as of late. Joining them in the backcourt is Katie Gerald, the 5'7" senior, coming off that 16-point performance against Cumberland County, averaging 7 points and 5 rebounds. And Ashley Atkinson, a 5'9" junior, is averaging 6.5 points and 4.5 rebounds. And then up at the point, Mahalia Burton, the freshman, averaging 6 points, only scored 2 against Cumberland County, but she's been in double figures 5 times this season. For Franklin Simpson, it's the same starting lineup we've seen. It's the same starting lineup with one exception that lost on this floor against Bowling Green in the semifinals last year. That lone exception, Vanessa Ray, stepping in for Caitlin McAllister, one of just 2 seniors that graduated from that team. The backcourt, Lanaya Brown, Jasmine Savage, and Vanessa Ray, and the best front court duo this region has to offer, 5'11" senior Larisha Cawthorn and 5'9" junior Chloe Smith. She's got the ball up top after Cawthorn wins the tip, and we're underway. Down low, Cawthorn immediately gets a touch on the block, missed the layup short, rebound batted around, goes out of bounds off of Franklin Simpson. There, TB, the Lady Cats get exactly what they want with Larisha coming off a 23-point, 10-rebound double-double against South Warren. Isolated down low, just couldn't convert.
Yeah, I think having her down low like that, as long as Barren County doesn't double team immediately, she's going to have opportunities to score under the basket.
Franklin Simpson comes out with full court pressure. It's broken by Elmore, who gets inside but misses a contested layup. 3-on-1 the other way for Franklin Simpson. Lanaya Brown's left block layup is swatted out, and letting out a scream after the fact is their star, Shelby Bird.
And that's what Franklin can't allow happen. You're in a 3-on-1 attack. You have to convert those kind of layups.
Bird was just 3 for 10 against Cumberland County as an offensive foul is called against Franklin Simpson. Cawthorn was bumped and went down. but instead they get the foul against the Lady Cats and Jasmine Savage. Larisha's slow to get up as well, and she's telling Coach Taylor she's fine, but she's still hunched over on that left knee. And that's going to be huge to watch as this game unfolds. Geralds brings it across half court. They've got that matchup against Chloe Smith. Now gives it up top to the young freshman Burton, who runs the show, averaging 6 points per game. Gets inside, cut off by Ray, stuck on the block, gives it to Atkinson, wrapping around into a double team. Left elbow, Bird slices in and is fouled, forcing up a shot between two defenders, and will head to the line for 2 free throws. That's what Barren County did so well against Cumberland County in their opening round win. 16 for 22 they go at the free throw line, a +8 edge at the stripe in that game.
Yeah, and that's a big foul, too, because that starts off with Larisha's first foul, and you don't want to get her in foul trouble over anybody on the court.
Bird fires up the first and hits. A 75% free throw shooter on the season to lead this Trojanet team that shoots 67% as a team. They've got a ton of players kind of wedged in between, about 65 and 75%. They're top 50 in the state as a team at the line.
And Bird, just the glue to this team and how they roll as Larisha gets the rebound. I mean, she's going to be huge and creating a lot of offense and scoring for her team as well.
And Cawthorn is going to operate out of the point here. Sends it over to Ray. Screen set at the elbow. Back to Cawthorn. Missed the layup again. And it's rebounded by Barren County. 2 good looks for Larisha. Unable to convert as Ray knocks one out on the far side. That was a beautiful set play with Larisha giving up the ball, using the screen to get down low from Chloe Smith, but just unable to drop it in.
And I know she'll want that back. And again, efficiency is going to be the big thing with this Lady Cat team. They're going to have to shoot the ball well, especially against the Barren County team that can score in bunches.
1-0 Barren County, 6:45 left opening quarter. Left side, Burton off the catch. Kicks it out to Elmore. Jabs, now gives it over on the left wing. Gerald's on the floor against Smith. Spins. Kicks out onto the right side. Now it goes up top. 3-pointer faked, and they do get the travel on Elmore. It was a little late, but she did move the feet. She's been playing extremely well as of late. Again, 4 straight games in double figures, averaging 15 points per game over that stretch. Did a little bit of everything against Cumberland County, and it's easy to see TB early on. They want her heavily involved on offense, getting a lot of touches up there at the top. They trust one of their just 2 seniors on this roster. Franklin Simpson heavy with seniors, 7 for the Lady Cats. 2 of them swap the ball up top as Lanaya Brown comes to get it from Vanessa Ray. Lanaya averaging 7 points per game. Had a career high or season high 17 against Todd County Central in the district championship game. Ray's entry pass is deflected out, so Franklin Simpson will have it down low, and that's where it went wrong for Franklin Simpson time after time in the game at Barren County. The entry passes just weren't there.
The entry passes weren't there, and they were being rushed a lot, especially whenever that full court press was happening by Barren County.
Cawthorn gets it at the free throw line, drives in, spins mid-air, and banks it in. That's the toughest of the 3 shots she's had, and of course she makes that one to put Franklin Simpson on the board. 2-1 lead, 2 minutes in. Left side drive, Gerald Smith on her, fakes once, goes up the left side, wild shot off the glass, falls for Katie Gerald, who is now 7 for 7 from the floor in this region tournament.
Yeah, she is on fire in this region tournament. Now, again, good footwork, good move, getting to the outside of Chloe, able to put it in, and I think they're going to get right back to Larisha down low.
She also had 7 rebounds in that win against Cumberland County. Barren County dominated the boards, and that's a key number for them. They averaged 28.5 per game on the season. In their losses, just 20. They're getting out-rebounded by an average margin of 11 when they lose. Cawthorn at the elbow, goes from right to left, fires up a wild jumper. It's missed, and Atkinson gets the rebound. Cawthorn has already taken 4 shots in this one, but only made 1. Left side, Geralds gives it up into the corner to Burton. Back out to Gerald, and they'll reset on the left wing. 3 minutes in. Barren County up early on 3-2. Right side pass to Bird, nearly stolen by Brown, but Shelby Bird gets it back. Drives against Lanaya. Fires up a crazy shot at the right elbow. She just wanted a foul, didn't get it. She was motioning at the right wrist, but the whistle doesn't blow. Ray hits the gas, gets inside, pushed it long. Cawthorn scores again.
And again, a good look for Larisha. She is amazing at second chance opportunity points. And so if she's able to clear the glass like that, she can score big.
Gerald drives against Smith. Chloe cuts her off. Fakes once again on the block, steps through, flips it up. She's 8 for 8 in the tournament. Gerald scores again.
And it's on the step through twice. She is loving that step through. She's getting the defender kind of off balance when she goes in the triple threat.
Well, you said it during the pregame. At some point, perhaps the adjustment becomes, because Franklin's helping on the perimeter on the drives, it's just that Gerald's is getting it at the elbow, so Franklin's not bringing help. Cawthorn triple team. Fires it up from the middle of the lane anyways. She will not be denied. 6-5 Franklin Simpson halfway through the first quarter. Cawthorn has all 6. She may, in fact, be unleashed in this game.
An amazing IQ by her, sensing the double team coming from the baseline and turning towards the middle.
Right side, Burton comes to get it, guarded by Ray. Spins off to the right side, gets to the block. Vanessa, great job of recovering, but didn't go for the rebound. And then Cawthorn picks up a foul, trying to take it away from Burton.
And she just landed on it. That's her second. And again, you have to be careful if you're Larisha. You can't pick up that third foul. I believe they're going to keep her in the game maybe. You cannot pick up this third foul.
That's just her first. The one earlier seemed like it. Now they switch it over to her second. They corrected it. It was the right call. And I realistically, I just don't think you can take her out. As they corrected the one earlier, they had the call wrong. They noted it was against Savage for Franklin Simpson. It was against Larisha. The only other foul for Franklin Simpson. Up top, three-pointer fired up. That one misses long, and Nasia Nolan gets the rebound, or had the rebound until she was fouled.
And I'm surprised I'm not seeing any kind of full court press. Maybe Barren County's waiting for a made shot, but
yeah,
they had a lot of success last time. They sped Franklin up, made them make a lot of tough decisions, and forced a lot of turnovers that way.
Nasia Nolan comes in for Jasmine Savage, who, now we got it all cleared up, did have that other foul. It was Nessa they initially signaled one on, but gave it to Risha. As Nolan has it on the right side. She had an incredible game, was our player of the game with 8 points against South Warren. Lania Brown is left alone from the left elbow, misses the jumper long, and here comes Barren County. The Trojanettes are going to pack that paint and dare Franklin Simpson to beat them from the mid-range, and the Lady Cats did a great job against South Warren from that mid-range area, especially with Majayla Butler, who we've yet to see in this game, but will at the next timeout. Atkinson drives into Smith. Chloe knocks it away and gets another steal. She had 5 in the region opener. Brings it across half court herself to Nolan. Right corner 3. Missed long, but Cawthorn gets another rebound. Drives around Bird, bumped, and will go to the line for 2. Larisha has all 6 for the Lady Cats. They lead it by 1 with 2:42 left in this first quarter. I'm intrigued to see, TB, how many three-pointers the Lady Cats take. They took 4 in that game against South Warren, but 2 of them came in the fourth quarter, so your rotation took 2 all game long. And one of them was 2 feet off the line from Larisha at the top of the key. As her first of these 2 free throws falls home. The Lady Cats, and this was the big number, going back to the semifinal loss last year against Bowling Green, went 5 for 26 from three-point range. They only took 18 two-pointers, made 8 of them. But on the other side, Bowling Green went 15 for 18 from inside the arc. Barren County early on has had similar success inside, but a couple of turnovers have been big for the Lady Cats.
You know, I wouldn't mind Franklin taking those threes in transition like that as Larisha makes the second one, because the defense isn't set up. Larisha's already in the paint, and she's a great offensive rebounder. There's nobody that can out-hustle her down low, especially if they're not set up. So that's the only time I would say, like, hey, that's your opportunity to take those threes.
Larisha's got all 8. It's 8-5 with 2.5 minutes left in the first quarter. She now has 2,070 career points, 1,160 at Franklin Simpson. Right side, cross-court pass to Bird in the corner. Pulls up from the mid-range over Smith. That one's airmailed short. Well defended by Chloe. And here comes Nasia Nolan operating quickly in transition. Cawthorn wants it down low against Bird. Instead, Nasia keeps it herself. Her shot is blocked by Gerald. Risha had a putback opportunity. It misses. And then Chloe Smith fouls Bird, going for the loose ball. That's the 4th on Franklin Simpson. So Barren County in the bonus on the next foul for the final 2:04 of the quarter.
And it was a good drive by Nasia that just didn't see the help side defense come from behind her. I think as everybody on the team probably would have wanted her to jump it off to Larisha down low. Actually, again, I mean, it feels like everything is a mismatch down low because she is the tallest player on the court, and her size and agility, especially her hang time when she shoots it, really makes it tough to defend her.
And how about this, TB? The Lady Cats take Chloe Smith out of the game. They bring in Jasmine Savage, 4 guards, 1 forward, and they're in a 3-2 zone with Cawthorn at the top of it. We have not seen this year. Talk about holding your cards. Down on the right block, cutting inside as Elmore flips it up over Savage and gets the bounce over the lip of the rim and in. 8-7. Here comes Cawthorn the other way on the block. Contact and a blocking foul called against Elmore. Colliding with Cawthorn. Could have gone either way realistically. Larisha leaned into it. It's the third on Barren County with a minute and a half left to go in the quarter.
And that's a lucky break for Franklin Simpson because Larisha's third in the first quarter. That would have been a lot of trouble.
Ray trying to inbound. Throws it up top to Nolan, who gives it over to Butler on the right wing. Steps into a right elbow jumper. Bird blocked it. Cawthorn with an offensive rebound, and she's hacked at the free throw line before she could get a shot up. That one's called on Gerald's. That's her first. Now both teams with 4 fouls and in the bonus for the final 1:25 of this opening quarter. Ashley and Atkinson are, let me get the order right, and Ashley Atkinson will check in for Barren County. Najayla Butler comes out for Franklin Simpson, as well as Lanaya Brown is back in there at the point. Looking for it, and it's stolen with ease by Atkinson. Gives it over to Burton, and she has it on the right wing. Barren County down 8-7 with 1:15 left in the opening quarter. Atkinson gets it in the right corner, but her back foot was on the sideline.
On the offensive end, I would love to see Franklin, all those under the basket plays, use Larisha as a decoy, maybe a screener to get another person open for a midi or something like that.
Addie Slagle in for the first time for Barren County, averaging 5 points per game. Had 8 against Cumberland County with a couple steals. Left elbow Cawthorn. Drives against Elmore, had her pocket picked. Elmore picked her pocket on the way to the rim. Coming the other way, Franklin Simpson defends it well, and it goes back up top to Bird with 50 seconds left in the quarter. Now they reset with Burton.
A similar way, turnovers both ways for Franklin and Barren County.
What a play by Elmore to get the hand in and knock that away. While up top, Burton still holding on to it. Now sends it into the right corner. Bird, guarded by Savage, between the legs dribble, crosses over. Now gives it back out outside, and they reset on the left side, into the left corner. Atkinson. Bird wants it in the right corner, doesn't get it. Instead, they work it back out to Burton. Now to Slagle on the right wing. To Bird, guarded by Savage. 20 seconds left in the corner. Gets baseline. Savage cuts her off, now sends it up top. Extra pass to the left wing. Three-pointer fired up, and it's drained by Burton. 10 seconds left in the quarter. Franklin Simpson down 10-8. Ray, crossover dribble. At the elbow, tries to throw it out to Savage. It's deflected, got it back at the elbow. Missed the jumper. Lanaya Brown had a chance before the horn, but her shot is blocked. And Barren County takes the momentum into the second quarter. They lead 10-8. Franklin Simpson's only scorer in the opening frame, Larisha Cawthorn. The Trojanettes, we said they needed help. They've already had 4 players score in this ball game. 10-8 Barren County after 1 here on 92.3 WFKN. 1 here on 92.3 WFKN. Let's do a minute.
We've been with Franklin Bank since '92 because we trust it.
Franklin was a great fit to help build a team and a culture that just kind of resonated with both of us.
They took a chance on us.
It's not a banking relationship, it's a personal relationship.
That's the most important thing to me about doing business with a bank is to have trust and faith in the people you're dealing with. And the people at Franklin Bank do every bit that needs to be done to give me that feeling.
Back inside Diddle Arena at the 4th Region Girls Basketball Tournament, where after 1, Barren County, who has the ball to start the second quarter, leads Franklin Simpson 10-8 in this rematch of a double overtime thriller a month ago today. Ball nearly lost up top by Burton. Now it ends up with Bird in the corner for a 3. Missed it, but Barren County gets an offensive rebound, and compounding the issue, Chloe Smith picks up a reach-in foul, trying to fight for it. Now she and Larisha Cawthorn both with 2 fouls in this first half.
Yeah, they're going to have to really step it up and play without fouling. You know, the score of this game is eerily similar to that Barren County game In the first matchup, it was 8-10, Franklin leading in the first quarter.
And then Barren County came out and blitzed the Lady Cats in the second quarter to take an 8-point lead into halftime. Lady Cats shooting just 3 for 15 so far in this game. Barren County went 4 for 9 in the first quarter. Elmore gets it wide open on the right block, and Nolan has to come in and foul after a miscommunication. Elmore will go to the line for 2 free throws. Larisha Cawthorn, 8 points, 5 rebounds for Franklin Simpson on 3 for 6 shooting from the rest of the floor. And this is something that we talked about with Bowling Green, that semifinal game from last year. We mentioned this on Sunday. Larisha went 6 for 15 with 18 points. The rest of the team went 7 for 29. That's 24% from the floor. So far tonight, 0 for 9. The rest of the team besides Larisha Cawthorn combined. And interestingly enough, TB, only 1 shot so far for Chloe Smith. Got to find a way to get her involved, although she just had to come out of the game with the foul trouble as Elmore misses both free throws, but on a long rebound, gets it back at the free throw line. That ball hit the back of the rim and flew right back to her. Bird drives in, inside. Cawthorn blocks the shot. Here comes Risha. Crosses over at the top of the key. Has it ripped away as she was trying to pass it out to the wing, and Barren County generates another Franklin Simpson turnover. They've got 4. Barren County has 3. If the Trojanettes win the turnover battle, Franklin Simpson's chances to win this game shrink a ton.
It does. And they can't give up offensive rebounds like they have in this game so far.
Elmore has it knocked away at the free throw line by Ray, and Savage is up with it. Here comes Lanaya Brown. 3-on-3. Brown on the left side kicks it out to Savage. Steps up on the wing. Now gives it back up top to Ray. To Nolan right side. Cawthorn fighting down low against Bird. Gets it on the block. Operates to her left. Caught in a double team. Kicks it out to Brown. And now they go on the left wing to Savage. Corner to Nolan. Cawthorn wants it again. Bird still on her down low. Nolan tries every way to get it to her. Can. Instead it goes to Ray. She has it knocked away. Ball is on the floor. Cawthorn comes out of the fray with it. She's fouled by Bird on a layup try.
And, good job by Vanessa not jumping on her opponent, because she could have easily got a foul call right there, but waited, was patient, hit the ball out for Larisha.
And at least so far, we'll see how this goes on. I know that Franklin is in some foul trouble. They've let a lot go on both sides, and Gerald's has 2 for Barren County. That's their only foul issue. Of course, you have to watch it with Bird after the foul trouble that she got in the regular season game between these two teams. As Cawthorn fires up the first of these 2 free throws, it rattles off. She's now 2 for 3 tonight at the line, a 70% shooter on the season, taking 7 attempts per game, though she went just 3 for 6 against South Warren on Sunday.
Offensively, I think right now you're going to have to, if you're Lanaya Brown, you're going to have to be aggressive. Your player, your defender is the one that's coming to double team Larisha when she gets the ball down low, so you're going to have to do something. And Larisha, you're going to have to communicate and find each other to kind of make it a little easier the game.
Cawthorn makes the second free throw. It's 10-9. Barren County leading Franklin Simpson with 6:15 left in this second quarter. Thank you for joining us, whether you're tuning in on the radio or watching alongside us on Channel 9. A privilege to be here inside Diddle as a carry is missed against Slagle, who was driving in. She now wraps it out to the corner and fires it over on the left wing to Burton. Spinning up top against Nolan, cut off. Right side, Slagle, 3 over Cawthorn. It's buried. Barren County is playing with confidence right now.
They are. How many times are you going to see somebody shoot over Larisha from 3?
We said the 3-pointers would be huge. They've already made 2, 13-9. The Trojanettes now 2 for 4 from outside as a team. Butler has it on the left wing. Nobody comes out to guard her. Steps to the elbow, gives it to Cawthorn. Double team. Being hounded by everyone. Whistle blows and a jump ball called. Arrow keeps it with Franklin Simpson. And Chloe Smith is going to have to come back in to give her some help on the block. Lady Cats are getting back on defense. It's their ball. Smith was the only one to head down to inbound, and now the rest of the Lady Cats follow suit.
I think Larisha, when she feels that double team, needs to pass it back out and let somebody else have a chance to score.
Smith inbounds it. It goes over Cawthorn's head. And they say that she touched it with the fingertip, and so it's over and back. And now the other official is going to come in and correct it and say that she didn't touch that basketball. I think they disagree here. We're going to see which ruling it is. And now it's Franklin Simpson ball. That was a good call by the far side official to come in and correct that.
A good call indeed. And again, it would have been a really bad break by Franklin Simpson. I think, again, if you're Franklin Simpson, you're going to have somebody else come along and take some jump shots, take some shots and create some opportunity.
Well, we said that Barren County, they needed everybody else besides Bird. Franklin Simpson needs everybody else besides Cawthorn. She's got all 9 of your points, and you're losing by 4. Ray has it up top. Larisha standing behind her. Now to Nolan on the right side. Being hounded out there by Slagle. Gives it up in the corner to Brown. Cawthorn wants it on the elbow. Now sets a screen for Lanaya, who holds it at that red towel logo at midcourt. To Cawthorn right elbow. Smith comes to get it on the left side. Goes to work against Bird. Spins inside. Bump. Kicks it out. Ray drives baseline. Gets all the way to the block. Layup. Good. Count it. And the foul.
And a great job being aggressive by Vanessa, going straight into the defense. It was a tough finish. She got it high off the glass right there, but nevertheless, a great job by Vanessa.
Vanessa was the reason that Franklin Simpson beat Barren County in the regular season. She had 15 points, 12 in the second half in the 2 overtimes. She has not hit double figures since then. Free throw misses off the right side. Long rebound being fought for, and it's last touched by Ray out of bounds. Into the Barren County bench. The score remains 13-11 with 4:58 left in the second quarter, brought to you by Wilkins Eye Care. At Wilkins Eye Care, we love the Lady Cats and support all of the players and coaches Eye Care needs. We are accepting new patients, so call us at 270-776-2020 to make an appointment with Wilkins Eye Care. Jump ball is thrown over the head of Elmore, who tries to save it deep in the right corner. She thinks that she got it just in time off the body of Butler. Neither official down there agrees. So Franklin Simpson gets it back off the free turnover as Barren County tried the Hail Mary on the inbound, but it was overthrown.
Yeah, it was. And I wouldn't have thrown that ball. I don't think there's a need right now.
Especially with Larisha down there at half court.
Exactly. Something I'm liking for Franklin Simpson. They're switching with Jayla and Chloe.
Ray gets inside again, and she banks home a 5-foot jumper. Bully ball from Vanessa Ray to tie us up at 13.
Again, being aggressive right now for Vanessa.
Slagle drives against Nolan, gets a bump. They call it on the floor. The official waves off the floater that came after the shove from Nolan. But Nasia Nolan picks up the foul on the floor against Slagle, and that's her second foul. They're already substituting Smith in and out with her 2 fouls, but as good as Nasia has been in this region tournament, I think you need her on the floor. Well, and she is going to stay in.
Yeah, they're switching with Jayla and Chloe out for defense, offense.
Slagle has it on the right wing, guarded by Brown. Right side, Bird drives against Ray. Tries to fire up a wild shot again, looking for a foul. Ray deflected it. It goes off the stanchion, and it'll stay with Barren County underneath. Right now, Bird she looks like Cam Ray. She's just hunting for fouls right now.
She is.
She's really good at it, but the Lady Cats are defending well. Bird will inbound. Drops it off to Elmore against Nolan. Post up on the block. Kicks it back out to Bird. Pulls for a right side jumper off the heel. No. Cawthorn takes the rebound down away from Atkinson.
I love the decision to slow down your offense, get back into your half-court set, and not rush anything.
Brown on the right wing. Holds it, being guarded loosely out there. Now gives it up to Nolan. To Ray on the left side. Vanessa, they clear everybody out as again she's isolated up top. Sends it over to Butler. Back to Nessa up top. Under 4 minutes left before halftime. We're tied up at 13. This game has been everything you think it would be. Franklin Simpson didn't like how that was progressing. They clearly wanted the offense to be set up there to clear out space for Vanessa. It didn't quite come to fruition, and a timeout is called by the Lady Cats to clear that up. It's just a 30-second timeout, so we'll stay here. 13 apiece, our score. Barren County just 3 points in the quarter, 5 for Franklin Simpson after Larisha Cawthorn scores all 8 in the first quarter. She made a free throw to make it all of the first 9 points to her name. But Vanessa Ray now has come to life to finally provide a second option for Franklin Simpson. And I believe, TB, that she's taken the only 2 shots and made the only 2 shots of this quarter for the Lady Cats, who forced up 15 of them in the first quarter but only made 3.
Yeah, I mean, that's all it is right now is Vanessa Ray. And again, it's a couple of turnovers here and there, and right now Franklin Simpson, you got to get more shots up. But again, I like that they're in transition. They're slowing the ball down. They're playing their game. They're not allowing Barren County to dictate what Franklin needs to do.
Well, and the turnovers came with Smith off the floor to not take any pressure off of Cawthorn. With Chloe out, Barren County was putting 3 defenders on Larisha down there. And now with her in, you've at least got to respect the presence of Smith. Out of the inbound, Ray gets it. Now gives it to Cawthorn, top of the key. Chloe Smith left side. Barren County applying a ton of pressure, and Smith walks in a double team, trying to kick it over to Savage. So the Trojanettes with a wrinkle out of the timeout. They come out and trap everything.
And again, we talked about these teams are well coached, and a great adjustment right there.
Well, and Barren County's biggest advantage is all the guards. And Coach Piper Lindsay knows how to use all of them, both offensively and defensively. There gave Franklin Simpson a little taste of their own medicine as Butler comes back in defensively for Chloe Smith, hounding up top the point guard Burton. It's got to be close to a 5-second closely guard, and they finally give separation. Elmore gets it, gets around Cawthorn. Her pass deflected by Ray, picked up in the corner by Atkinson. To Elmore, she walked with it. Her pass is tipped by Brown, ends up with Bird against Ray. Spins at the elbow, now kicks it out left side. Burton, Cawthorn on her, and it goes back out to Bird with 3:15 left in the quarter as Franklin Simpson fans applaud the defense.
Well, we call that scrapyard defense. They were all over the court, didn't allow anything.
Slagle behind the back dribble against Brown is bumped by Lanaya, and that's the fourth of the quarter against the Lady Cats. First on Lanaya. Scoreless so far in this one, only had 3 in the game against South Warren, but defensively made life miserable for their star. McLean Hudson had 4 steals. Hudson just 11 points. But today, TB, it's been Vanessa on Bird taking that star matchup. Bird gets it on the left blocker, would have, but Vanessa tipped the pass, couldn't save it on the baseline. Looked like she was going to get that clean as day, but if there's one person that can make a break and close the gap, it's Vanessa.
Yeah, it's that speed of Vanessa. I mean, I thought she was going to get it too. It's that recovery speed we talked about.
Bird trying to inbound over a leaping rain. An offensive foul called. Nasia Nolan was hit in the face as Larisha Cawthorn quickly comes in to ask her if she's okay. They get it on Atkinson, and that's her third. She quickly racked those up. They gambled with her in the game, and TB, she played so well against Franklin Simpson. We say that Vanessa Ray was the reason the Lady Cats won, and Ashley Atkinson was the reason that was even a game. She had 16 points, hit a big 3 near the end of regulation for the Trojanettes, and all of a sudden, she's out with foul trouble, and Franklin Simpson has the ball in a 13-13 affair under 3 minutes left in the first half. Smith, right elbow. Left side, Nolan slices in, lost it off her knee, and turns it over. Was the right idea, just got a little ahead of herself. Here comes Slagle down the right side to Bird, driving baseline, goes into 2 defenders, wild shot, gets the bounce and falls. Just flipped up a prayer, and it was answered.
You talked about Cameron Ray. Bird has a great knack for controlling her body when she's going for layups.
Vanessa Ray brings it across against Bird, gets inside, runner over 2 defenders, misses, got her own miss back, can't make it in, and rebound on the baseline is lost, and it'll stay with Franklin Simpson as Burton was unable to control it.
I think this is the time to use some kind of misdirection with Larisha. You don't force feed it to her if you don't have to. If she's open, obviously you want to give it to her, but you don't force feed it to her, and maybe this is a play where you can get Jasmine Savage open.
Lanaya comes in for Nasia Nolan. Vanessa Ray to inbound, trying to get it to Cawthorn down low. Finally has to just throw it up to the free throw line. It's deflected and stolen. Here comes Slagle in transition against Brown. Lanaya swatted it. Lanaya Brown blocks the shot. She has the rebound. 2-on-1. Brown stops, pops, missed it long. Rebound fought for. Ray wins the scrap. Fouled on a layup try. Will go to the line for 2. And if that's against Bird, that's her second.
And talk about a makeup play by Lanaya. She throws a costly turnover, but hustles back on defense, the first one back, and a great block by her that sets up Vanessa now for a pair of free throws.
Missed the first one short. She's 0 for 2 at the line today. Franklin Simpson is 3 for 6. Bird now has 2 fouls. Gerald's has 2 fouls. Atkinson with 3 fouls. And Bird will go to the bench. This is how Franklin Simpson swung the game at Barren County. They got her on the bench and took advantage. We'll see how long she sits with 2:07 left before halftime. Her Trojanettes leading at 15-13. Ray misses the second free throw. Cawthorn bullies through everyone to get the rebound and ties it up with the putback. She's into double figures with 11.
I mean, it's so impressive to get an offensive rebound off of a free throw because you're sandwiched between 2 defenders. As the blitz comes,
they get it on the left elbow. It was played extremely well. Hannah Bragg is in there for the first time. She couldn't handle the pressure. It's stolen by Cawthorn. Bounce pass to Nolan is ahead of her. And it's turned back over to Barren County. Again, right idea, but Franklin Simpson, and we talked about this during the last break off the air, they're just being rushed a little bit right now. They're being sped up.
Yeah, it's the execution, right? If you can't execute in these high-pressure moments, then you're going to keep on turning the ball over.
And we're going to get, is it an offensive foul on Barren County? We do, trying to get the ball inbounds. We get an offensive foul against Slagle. That's her first. Because of the nature of the foul, it won't be free throws. And the Lady Cats will inbound down low with Smith quickly back in for offense. Gets it to Ray, now to Cawthorn left elbow. Gives it to Smith. Free throw line extended jumper, misses long, and the rebound is pulled down by Bragg. Did a good job of battling with Cawthorn there. The 6-foot junior Bragg, who is really the only true post player on this roster, averaging 3 points, 3 rebounds. She's out on the left side trying to help Burton, who then fires it out deep on the left wing. Brown came in to tip the pass, but gets called for a foul against Slagle. That's the second on Lanaya, and will send Slagle to the line for 2 free throws. Both teams in the bonus with 1:26 left in this opening half in a 15-15 game.
You know, I'm surprised they didn't send the blitz again while they had her in the corner. If you're Franklin, I think you recognize that play, and you make Barren County play fast and out of their means.
First free throw good for Slagle, who now has 4 points, tied for the team high with Katie Geralds, who had her 4 in the first quarter. The second frame again brought to you by Wilkins Eye Care. They're accepting new patients. Call at 270-776-2020 to make an appointment with Wilkins Eye Care. Slagle, a 75% shooter, just behind Bird for the team lead. Makes both. And again, Barren County's lead is 2, 17-15. Both teams have scored 7 in this second quarter. Cawthorn up top, gives it over on the left side to Ray. Trying to get it back down to Cawthorn, can't. Now right elbow Smith, hands to Nolan. Nasia wraps around to the top of the key, shovels it to Ray. Right elbow, goes to Cawthorn on the left block, double teamed and foul. Bragg came in for the help, but was too aggressive trying to block the shot.
Yeah, and I think if you're Barren County, you don't try to block Larisha Cawthorn's shots down in the paint. I think you just play straight-up defense and hope that she misses it.
And they actually get that foul against Elmore, who was down around the lower body, and that's her second. 4 of the 5 starters for Barren County with at least 2 fouls. As Cawthorn will have 2 free throws, the Lady Cats have to start taking advantage, but they don't on this one as it rattles off from right to left. Cawthorn, 8 points in the first quarter, 3 in this second. She went 2 for 2 at the free throw line in the first quarter. She's 1 for 3 in the second frame. Barren County brings in Riley Wilson, young junior, and I say young because she really hasn't been out there too much. 5'10", does average 3 points per game, but in these big games doesn't see as many minutes. As Cawthorn's second free throw hits every part of the rim and then falls through.
And I think that's in part because of the foul trouble of Bird.
Just trying to survive the final minute of this quarter with a 17-16 lead. Slagle beats Sanaya Downey across half court. Sanaya tries to recover but can't prevent the layup as Slagle is up to 7 points. Nobody helped on that drive for Franklin Simpson. Cawthorn walks it across half court with 45 seconds left to go in the first half. Gives to Ray. She and Cawthorn have all the points in the quarter. Larisha double team. Leaves a bounce pass on the right block to a wide open Sanaya Downey, who puts it in for Franklin Simpson.
A great play. That's what we talked about. When that double team comes, you have to recognize where it's coming from and make the correct pass.
Sanaya averaging 0.7 of a point per game. And she gets a bucket for the Lady Cats in the region tournament. 18 seconds left in the quarter. Slagle drives, gives it to Bragg on the right side. Cawthorn all over her. Now to Slagle, guarded by Nolan. Boy, she's played a ton of minutes. Have only played in 10 games in the season coming into tonight. Slagle isolated against Nolan. Gets to the baseline where she's cut off. Turns, fades, fires, misses, and Barren County will take a 19-18 lead into halftime. Franklin Simpson trims the first quarter 2-point lead to 1. So technically you win the second frame, but man, this thing has been a battle. The big thing to watch for both sides, the foul trouble. Lamaya Brown, Larisha Cawthorn, Chloe Smith, all with 2 for Franklin Simpson. Katie Elmore, Shelby Bird, Katie Geralds, all with 2 for Barren County. And Ann Ashley Atkinson, their star from the regular season matchup, has 3. But the Trojanettes still lead at 19-18 in the 4th region tournament semifinals here on 92.3 WFK.
I don't do the most, but I do a lot. I'ma make a toast, cause we still alive. No big, I feel like Pac. I shoot a shot. I'm coming in hot. Coming in hot. Shoot that. Hey, why not? Yeah, coming in hot. Just like the fajita. I write what I live. My life in the speaker. I'm nice with the flow.
Are you looking for for a place to connect, grow, and worship, discover Franklin First United Methodist Church in downtown Franklin. Join us every Sunday for 2 uplifting services. Experience our traditional service at 9 a.m., where hymns and heartfelt messages bring our community together. Or come to our contemporary worship service at 11 a.m., where you'll find a lively atmosphere filled with modern music and inspiration. No matter where you are on your faith journey, there's a place for you here. Join us this Sunday at Franklin First United Methodist Church. We can't wait to welcome you home.
There are buttons to button, snacks to prepare, math problems to help with, and boo-boos to kiss. If you have people who need you, you need life insurance. Talk to a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent about a policy that protects the ones you love. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
We've been with Franklin Bank since '92 because we trust it.
Franklin was a great fit to help build a team and a culture that just kind of resonated with both of us.
They took a chance on us.
It's not a banking relationship, it's a personal relationship.
That's the most important thing to me about doing business with a bank, is to have trust and faith in the people you're dealing with. And the people at Franklin Bank do every bit that needs to be done to give me that feeling.
(19-18), Barren County leading Franklin Simpson in the 4th Region Girls Basketball Tournament inside Diddle Arena. Tyler Eaton joined courtside here on John Oldham Court by Tavius Babb. And TB, we knew this was going to be a fight. Everyone knew coming in this was the game to be excited for. And it's not a slight to the Metcalfe County Bowling Green game coming up, but these two teams have been the consensus top 2 teams in the region all season long. They played in the regular season, and it went into 2 overtimes. Here tonight, 19-18, Barren County with a 1-point edge, and we talked about some key things that Franklin Simpson either needed to do or needed to take care of to handle business in this game tonight. One of them, turnovers. And I noted in this first half, if Barren County wins the turnover battle, Franklin Simpson's chances to win this game get much slimmer. Even right now, at 8 turnovers apiece, Franklin Simpson only winning the points off turnover battle by 1 in this game, 7-8. And for reference, if you go to their first round game against South Warren, the Lady Cats outscored the Lady Spartans 21-7 off turnovers in that game. And the other big thing, TB, efficiency. Franklin Simpson shot 59% in the first 3 quarters before they took out their starters for the most part in that 4th quarter against South Warren. They scored 34 points in the paint in that game. We're dominating, getting easy looks down low. So far in this one, the Lady Cats shooting just 30%. They've scored 12 in the paint, but they have not been easy. Larisha Cawthorn, for the most part, has just been having to fight for putback. She's already got 8 rebounds to go along with her 12 points. And the rest of the team, besides Cawthorn, is shooting 3 for 16, while she's shooting 4 for 7 so far.
Yeah, and I think along with that, right, free throw wise, you're leaving so many points on the board.
Yes.
I mean, if you tallied up the free throws for both of this team, Franklin is up at this point. And so, again, if you're Franklin Simpson, you're going to have to convert at the line because, like Larisha, like Vanessa, as long as she keeps on being aggressive, you're going to get fouled. You have to convert. And then, again, somebody else is going to have to come along and score outside of just Larisha and Vanessa. Chloe Smith is going to have to put up a couple of points, which she has none so far in the game. You're going to have to see Lanira Brown put some points on the board in this game, be aggressive, and really just ease the pressure off of Vanessa and off of Larisha.
Lanira Brown scoreless on 4 shot attempts. Chloe Smith has only taken 2. She's scoreless in this ball game. Nasia Nolan, who had 8 points in the South Warren game, scoreless with 2 shots. Larisha and Vanessa Ray combined for all but 2 points for Franklin Simpson, and who would have had it on their bingo card that Sanaya Downey is the Lady Cat to come in like she is all the time, right place, right time, get a bucket there to really give the Lady Cat some momentum going into the half to trim that lead down to 19-18. 4 for 9, Franklin Simpson at the free throw line as a team. Larisha 4 for 6, Vanessa 0 for 3. The Lady Cats have only taken 1 3-pointer. That attempt coming from Nasia Nolan. Barren County, we mentioned the threes, 2 for 5 from outside, and that, even if you only hit 4 or 5, I was talking to Brian Talley before the game, and I said 5. I said 5 is the number for Barren County. They hit 6 against Franklin Simpson the first time around, but We knew based off the first game of this region tournament, Franklin Simpson was not going to try to match it from outside. If you hit 5 and Franklin hits none, that's plus 15 that you get from three-point range. And especially for Barren County, if they're not going to win the free throw battle, which you know they're going to do everything they can to flip that number in their favor in the second half, the Lady Cats have got to cut them off from the three-point line because, TB, I noted this as well, they are shooting it with confidence from outside.
They are. They're shooting confidence, and sooner or later, these shots are going to fall from outside for Barren County. I think if you're Franklin Simpson, you're coming out of the half, you've seen success out of the blitzes coming. There are a couple of turnovers caused from blitzing. I think you should see a little bit more of that and maybe more of a zone played in that full court press instead of man-to-man, because we saw a couple of times where in man-to-man, especially in that press, that Franklin Simpson got beat. So I think if you're Franklin Simpson, you keep up the pressure, you blitz a couple more times, and then you limit the turnovers that you're causing, that you're committing.
Franklin Simpson wins the rebound battle 19-12, but that's something that you do need to check off against this Barren County team to beat them. Their rebounding average falls by 8 per game, and their loss is 28 down to 20 in the 5 games they've lost this season. In the 4 games they lost to teams from the state of Kentucky, the average margin was minus 11 in the rebound department for the Trojanettes. The problem, TB, is that 10 of the 19 rebounds have been offensively for Franklin Simpson in this ball game so far because of all of the missed shots early on. And the other thing that stands out to me, despite the turnovers being even, it's Barren County with the edge in steals so far, 4 steals to 3 for Franklin Simpson. The Lady Cats, not just are they not forcing as many turnovers as they did against South Warren, but even the ones they're forcing, for the most part, they have not been able to really get out and run and take advantage in transition. So far, both teams scoreless on the fast break in this game. Yeah,
and I think a big part of it is there's a lot of fouling in those attempts to get steals and or blocks, right? And I think we saw that in that Lanaya Brown play where the ball comes to around a half court or so, and she's going for the ball, fouls in the player, sends them to the free throw line. So I think if you're Franklin Simpson, you recognize that you're in foul trouble. You can't allow Larisha or Chloe or Lanaya to rack up those fouls, but a part of this identity of this team is being aggressive and getting those steals and running out in transition.
For Barren County, their star player, Shelby Bird, the sophomore guard, who I think was probably snubbed from the first team all region, averaging 14.5 points per game. This is going to sound like a very weird phrase if you're a Barren County fan tuning in. Even if you're a Franklin Simpson fan, this is going to sound weird. She's 1 for 7 with 3 points so far, but that actually bodes well statistically for Barren County. This year, she's been in double figures in all of their wins, or all of their losses, excuse me. She's had wins where she's not in double figures. She wasn't in double figures in the opening round of this tournament against Cumberland County. When they lose, it's not her fault. She plays well, and she tends to play well in their losses. It's in their wins where the rest of the team steps up to the occasion, and that's been the case here tonight. Katie Geralds was the star of the first quarter, making her only 2 shots. She is now 8 for 8 at this tournament overall. She had 4 points in the first half. And then Addie Slagle coming off the bench. She's a starter quality player for Barren County. Puts up 7 points, goes 2 for 4 from the floor, hits her only 3-point try, 2 for 2 at the free throw line for Franklin Simpson. Or for Barren County, rather. And, I mean, realistically, TB, she was bringing it up against the Franklin Simpson pressure and just dicing her way straight to the rim. Really seemed unfazed for someone who, again, not in the starting lineup, just a freshman. This is such a young team with only 2 seniors. They have not shown that so far tonight, and it's been everyone but Bird making the difference.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the stats right now, outside of Bird, this team is shooting 6 for 11.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the efficiency.
It's the inverse of the Cawthorn situation.
Exactly, right? Cawthorn has done everything, 4 for 7, and outside of that, I mean, this team is shooting a pretty abysmal field goal percentage. And so I think if you're Franklin Simpson, you need the inverse. You need some more of those players come along. And I think if you're Barren County, you don't mind if Bird gets a couple more of those foul calls. I think more so you want her to get to the line and get those free throws, because that's where she becomes deadlier.
Now the big issue for Barren County as we get set to start this second half, 2 fouls for Caitlin Elmore, 2 fouls for Shelby Bird, 2 fouls for Katie Gerald, 3 fouls for Ann Ashley Atkinson. All 4 of those starters for Barren County. We'll see if all 4 still start this second half, and they do. I thought maybe they might start Slagle over Atkinson. They do not. She's going to play with 3 fouls. Those 4 so far have only combined for 10 points, but it hasn't mattered because the Trojanettes have the edge. 19-18 as we get this second half underway. They've got the ball first. Right side, Elmore gives it over to Bird. You got to figure it's going to be a key for them in the second half to get her going early. Right corner, Gerald's wrapping out against Savage. Franklin Simpson has 2 fouls apiece for Lanaya Brown, Larisha Cawthorn, and Chloe Smith. Near side, Bird looking into the Franklin Simpson zone. Gets it on the left wing, dribbles to the elbow, now pushed back outside, and it goes to Gerald.
This team is so good at rotating in the zone. And another deflection from Chloe Smith. That's what we need to see. It's deflections by Chloe Smith, especially in that zone. If we can get a couple more of those, she can get out in transition.
Tips a pass, and it goes out of bounds on the near side. Bird to inbound. 30 seconds into this second half, Barren County leading 19-18 over Franklin Simpson. Atkinson, scoreless so far, fires it into the corner to Gerald's. Now to Bird on the left block, splits through 2 defenders and scores with ease. Stepped right through and now has 5 points.
You know, the question is for this game, who's going to go on that big run? We saw that in that first matchup, but so far nobody's gone on a run more than 5 points.
21-18 now, Barren County. Ray on the right side. She's got 4 points. Gives to Cawthorn. Down low, Chloe Smith fades away left side, and she scores. I said that getting Bird involved was going to be the key for Barren County. You thought they would focus on that. You know Franklin Simpson has to get Chloe Smith involved.
They do, and we want to see her be aggressive, especially in the second half, and really, again, relieve pressure from Larisha having to do it all.
Cawthorn with 12 of the 18 for Franklin Simpson. Or excuse me, now they update the score, the 20. They didn't have the other 2 on the board. She's got all but 8 for the Lady Cats in a 1-point game. Left side, Elmore. The senior holding it, now gives it over to the freshman point guard, Mahalia Burton, who hit a 3-pointer in that first half. In the post, Elmore, pass outside, deflected by Ray, tipped around, and Vanessa comes up with it. Coming down the left side, hesitates inside, and it's knocked away. Out of bounds, it'll stay with Franklin Simpson. Bird got her hand in there and was able to knock it out of bounds. Risky play, but she gets the reward. Ray will inbound on the baseline. Looking for an option. Smith comes to get it right block. Couldn't control it at first. Gets it back. Misses the first time. Nearly had the offensive rebound, but it goes to Cawthorn. Leaves it for Ray. Right block. And Franklin Simpson takes a 1-point lead.
And talk about that's another assist by Larisha in this quarter. She's playing playmaker.
And Elmore comes right back the other way. Lowers the shoulder. Bumps Cawthorn off. Throws it off the glass and in. But Barren County right back out in front. 23-22. 5:40 left in this third quarter.
Not too often you see Larisha get knocked off her stance or off her foundation.
Elmore just got a full head of steam there, and again, she's been in double figures 4 straight games. Just 4 points tonight as Ray takes a jumper from the right wing. It misses, and Bird chases down the rebound. Fires it up ahead. Right side, Burton trying to get around Brown, but can, and wraps it back to the wing. Up top, Bird, guarded by Cawthorn. Leaves it in the corner. Gerald's driving around Smith, wraps baseline, kicks it out right corner, wide open 3. Swished by Burton, her second of the night. And Barren County has responded. They lead 26-22, a quick 5-0 run.
Just a mental lapse right there. Nobody rotating to the corner. We talked about that. You cannot leave those corners open. These shooters are too deadly from the corner.
Savage, right side, gives it to Ray at the free throw line, drives into Bird, wraps back to her left, can't bank it in, and Bird gets another rebound. Gives it over on the left side to Gerald's. Front court. Into the left corner, Burton. Smith on her now. Drives right. Gets inside. Bumped on her way to the rim. I think they're going to call that one on the floor. But it's the third against Chloe Smith.
And I wonder if they're going to sub Chloe out for the defense-offense that we saw in the second quarter.
Nasia Nolan is going to come in, but it's for Vanessa Ray. So Chloe Smith will stay in the ball game, but Franklin Simpson will take a timeout with 4:31 left in this third quarter, 26-22. Barren County leads it in the third frame, brought to you by Clark CPA and Advisory Group. At 927 Brookhaven Road in Franklin, Tanner Clark, a former athlete at Franklin Simpson, knows a thing or two about basketball and a thing or two about money. Tax questions or issues that you need consultation for, need bookkeeping or payroll done. Tanner and his team do it all. Call them at 270-586-9899. Tyler Eaton and Tavius Babb with you here courtside. Barren County led by 8 at halftime of the regular season matchup between these two teams. But TB, the difference between that game and this one, in that third quarter with 5:27 left to go, Barren County, they still had that 8-point lead, but Franklin Simpson had Shelby Bird in foul trouble. She had to come out of the game, and by the end of that quarter, Franklin Simpson led by 2. You talk about runs and how important they are. The Lady Cats went on a 12-2 run over the final 5.5 minutes of that third quarter. Here, the Lady Cats finally take a lead, and immediately Barren County goes on a 5-0 run to answer.
Yeah, we talked about just a second ago, right? Who can make that big run at the right time? And right now, Barren County is doing that. If you're Franklin Simpson, again, you're going to have to find a way to put the ball in the hoop. I mean, you're 2 for 6 in this quarter so far, and with this efficiency, you're not getting the chances that you want to in converting.
Bird inbounds out of the timeout. Now it goes over on the right side to Burton, guarded by Cawthorn. Barren County leading by 4 with possession. Burton drives, now hands to Gerald's on the right side. Franklin Simpson with the only foul of the quarter so far, which is massive for the Trojanettes. Inside, Gerald's gets away from Cawthorn, but Smith rotates to make the shot miss down low. Here comes Larisha the other way, all the way down to the left block, had it blocked from behind by Bird. The other way, Elmore, Brown, Nolan both chasing, and they combine to knock it out of bounds underneath the Barren County basket.
And again, not too many times we've seen Larisha get blocked. I mean, we talked about it, right? Bird's impact isn't just scoring the ball, it's on the defensive end as well.
She just has tremendous timing, and they've got her listed at 5'6". That's wrong, and she might have grown over the course of the season. She's closer to 5'8", 5'9". She'll be the one to inbound down low for the Trojanettes. Trying to direct traffic as now Gerald's comes to get it. Fakes a handoff to Bird, who wants it on the wing, but is being denied by Lanaya Brown, who is now taking that star matchup with Vanessa Ray out of the game. Right side, Burton on the IGA logo deep on the right wing. Nolan on her. Outside it goes to Burton. Nolan switches on to avoid the isolation against Chloe Smith. Right side, Elmore drives around Savage, missed the flip shot, and Cawthorn got the rebound on the opposite block. Larisha in transition again. Gives it to Smith, left block. Her shot blocked once more. It's Shelby Bird having her own block party here tonight.
Like you said, timing is everything, and right now she is playing this transition defense almost as perfect as you can.
2 subs for Franklin Simpson as Majayla Butler and Vanessa Ray check back in. Chloe Smith comes out, as does Nasia Nolan. Ray will inbound underneath for the Lady Cats. More defensive lineup right now as Cawthorn gets the inbound on the left elbow. Guarded by Elmore. Drives to the right block. Floats across the lane and hits the jumper from 8 feet out. Risha's first basket of the second half, and it's 26-24 now, Barren County.
And that's a Chastity Gooch shot right there if I've ever seen one. Turn around and floating with the shot.
Elmore drives, kicks it out into the corner to Gerald's. Now to Burton. Wraps to Slagle. Butler on her. Cuts her off at the free throw line. Outside Gerald's. Cawthorn defends, and she walked with it. Well, double dribble. Did both. Jabbed one way, then came the other, and had both hands on the ball as she was dribbling. And quickly, Smith and Savage will check back in for Franklin Simpson for the offense.
And a big possession for Franklin Simpson, potentially to tie it or take the lead. Again, I think if you're Franklin Simpson, you don't mind Larisha having the ball around the free throw line and having an opportunity to either dish it or take it herself.
26-24, Barren County leads as Franklin Simpson comes the other way. Vanessa Ray can't score on the block. Smith fighting for the rebound, and she's fouled down low. .246 left in the quarter. They call that one against Gerald, so that's her third. She joins the club with Atkinson. Hannah Bragg is going to come in for Gerald's. As Barren County just now, with all the foul trouble, picks up the first foul of the quarter with 2:46 left to go. Savage on the right side, contested inbound is stolen by Burton. Over to Bird, left wing. Savage on her. Couple between the leg dribbles, looks for an option, now gets it outside. Into the hands of Elmore. Back to Bird. Savage still defending. Outside Slagle, and they'll set up their offense. 2:25 left to go, third quarter. Elmore on the right wing, isolated on Nolan. Tries to hand it off to Burton, does so. Nasia cuts it off near half court, and Coach Lindsay's calling for a timeout and gets it as Nasia Nolan just hounding out there against freshman Mahalia Burton.
Yeah, she was sitting in the chair right there and almost got a 5-second call around the half court.
Barren County holding on to a 2-point lead, 26-24 with 2:13 left here in the third quarter. The Lady Cats coming in at 26-2 on the season. Barren County 26-5. These two teams against the rest of the region this year have lost a combined 2 games. Now those 2 both for Barren County, one of them against Franklin Simpson, the 2 most dominant teams in the region. The Trojanettes losing to the Lady Cats, and then the Lady Hornets of Metcalfe County, who will play in the second game of the night against Bowling Green. The winner of that also advancing to Saturday's championship game at 7 o'clock here inside Diddle. Barren County continues to apply so much pressure offensively with those 5 guards, TB. They're really just giving one of them room to isolate and forcing Franklin Simpson, if they're able to beat one of those defenders off the dribble, to bring some extra help. And because of that, the Lady Cats again bring in Majayla Butler defensively for Chloe Smith as Vanessa Ray picks off a lazy inbound pass, slows down on the left block, and ties us up. Again, Vanessa has been huge.
And it's that speed again. We've talked about it. Oh, they caught a foul on Majayla.
Butler gets a bump out there against Elmore. It's not the worst foul, because if she beats you down the sideline, she's gone. Elmore is one of the quickest players in the region right there with Vanessa Ray. So not a bad foul. As we're tied at 26 with 2:02 left to go in the third quarter, Vanessa Ray now with 8 points.
But back on Vanessa, that play, I mean, they just her speed sometimes is deceptive.
Bragg gets the inbound. Cawthorn all over her at half court, and Bragg lost it off her own body, out of bounds on the far side. Franklin Simpson basketball.
And this is the energy that it's going to take Franklin Simpson. We saw that in their first matchup. After a turnover, everybody kind of gets pumped up, and they start going on their little run. So Franklin Simpson can capitalize on this. It just, the momentum just shifts completely.
Smith and Savage back in for offense. Left corner, Jasmine Savage has it. Scoreless so far, she has not even looked to shoot it. Cawthorn and Smith stand at the elbows. Larisha gets it on the left, fires it right side to Lanaya Brown, to Vanessa. Against Shelby Bird, she reaches in, they don't call it. Instead, Lanaya gets it for a free throw line jumper, miss long. Smith takes the rebound away, goes up over Bragg, missed the shot. Cawthorn on the floor fighting for it and rolls it out to Vanessa Ray. She rolled it out like a bowling ball. She's down after the play. She hurt the knee earlier on a collision. Now she's reaching down to the left ankle, and she tells Jasmine Savage just to give her a second, because she is not coming out of this basketball game.
A heart of a warrior right there. And again, just when the energy is up like this for Franklin Simpson, I guess it's like their offensive rebounding attribute goes up 20 points.
And the official has told her, I think this is correct. Larisha probably had to come out there because they stopped the game for her, unless the justification was the fact that she was down there retying her ankle brace. I don't know. Ray has it up top. Now hands it to Cawthorn between the circles with 1:10 left to go in the quarter. I think the Lady Cats caught a break there, because we saw that in the South Warren game.
A big possession right now is Vanessa and Larisha talking up at the half court.
Under a minute left to go in the quarter, as Ray and Cawthorn were just convening before Bird came up there and interrupted that party. And now Larisha calls play 5. Hands to Chloe Smith, and she'll be the one to operate with 45 seconds left to go in the quarter. We're tied up at 26.
And I love how anybody can start up with the ball for this Franklin team.
Ray down low to Smith. It's deflected. What a great play by a falling Riley Wilson to get a hand on it. Right side, Slagle, trap, gets it to Bird, but it was over and back. Slagle had crossed half court. Bird had not yet gotten across before the pass, and the Lady Cats force a turnover with their pressure in transition.
Again, it's defense. That's their calling card, right? If they're going to make up their offensive woes with their defense, and that's what they've done in this quarter.
Brown, Ray, Savage the guards. Cawthorn, Smith the forwards with 32 seconds left to go in the third quarter in a 26-26 ball game in the semifinals of the 4th region tournament. It's do or die here tonight, and boy, you can tell it. Barren County packed in, all defenders off the line, but now Bird comes out to pressure Ray with 15 seconds left in the quarter. Vanessa still standing at half court. 10 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Looking for Smith at the elbow, finally gets to her. 7 seconds. Cawthorn is pushed from behind, and that's a good foul for Barren County. Just their second of the quarter with 5 seconds left to go. The only issue is you give Franklin Simpson a baseline inbound.
Yeah, I would say that's the only bad part about it. And right now, I think if you're Franklin Simpson, I like what they're doing. They're going to have Larisha play out so that they can't just pack the paint, and gives Chloe a one-on-one opportunity.
Ray gets the inbound to Smith, but it's deflected, knocked away. Brown fighting for it on the floor. Jump ball is called, and the arrow keeps it with Franklin Simpson with 1 minute and 10 seconds, or 1.1 seconds to work with. So you got a chance to just get a touch on it and fire it up.
I think they're going to throw it up to Larisha.
Ray will inbound. Cawthorn and Chloe Smith are both down there. Ray gets it into Chloe. She had time, took her time. The shot is up and they count it. I don't know if they started that clock on time, but they give the basket to Franklin Simpson. The officials are going to discuss. It felt like she held that ball for more time than that. Who are we as the Franklin Simpson broadcasters to complain? But if you tuned in before, you know we try to call it down the line, and they're chatting over there with Piper Lindsay. I don't know if they've got access to any kind of replay or if it's going to hold. For now, as we enter the fourth quarter, it's Franklin Simpson who leads 28-26 inside Diddle Arena at the 4th Region Tournament on 92.3 WFKN. Let's just do 30 seconds here.
There are buttons to button, snacks to prepare, math problems to help with, and boo-boos to kiss. If you have people who need you, you need life insurance. Talk to a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent about a policy that protects the ones you love. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
The basket holds for Franklin Simpson, and the Lady Cats take a 2-point lead into the final quarter here against Barren County, 28-26. The Lady Cats looking to advance to their 2nd region championship in the last 5 years under head coach Ashley Taylor. This their 4th trip to this tournament. The last 3 times they've been eliminated by the Bowling Green Lady Purples, who have won this thing 5 years in a row. One of these two teams looking to be the one to interrupt that streak and potentially start a new one. As we get the quarter underway, it's Barren County basketball. Franklin Simpson up 28-26 after outscoring the Trojanettes 10-7 in that 3rd quarter. A more balanced scoring effort, albeit still just 3 players, but you get 4 from Vanessa, 4 from Chloe, and 2 from Larisha Cawthorn, who has a game-high 14 points. Far right side being pressured is Geralds. Gives it into the corner to Slagle. She's been the surprise star for Barren County with 7. Bird slices inside, tries to fire it up over Majayla Butler, who defends it straight up, forces the miss, gets the rebound, and it's off to Lanaya Brown.
And again, defense right here, that's what it started at. Franklin Simpson really turned it up in that quarter, shooting it 5 for 12. Got some more shots to fall, and again, their best quarter to this point.
And they force 5 Barren County turnovers and only commit 3 of their own. A huge number to go along with a 27-13 rebounding edge. 16 offensive rebounds. Ray, right elbow, out to Brown. She, Vanessa Ray, Nasia Nolan, Majayla Butler, the guards, Larisha Cawthorn, the forward. She has played all but 16 seconds of this ball game. Gets it on the opposite elbow to Ray. Right elbow, jumper, perfect! She's in the double figures with 10, the first time she's been in double figures since the last matchup between these two teams a month ago. And it's a 4-point Franklin Simpson lead.
And it's a much-needed time for her to get in the double figures.
Slagle, runner over Cawthorn, misses, and Larisha gets the rebound. Gives it to Ray, and Franklin Simpson clearly has told their team to slow this down.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they run the same exact thing, get the ball to Larisha around that free throw line area or block area, and get it right back to Vanessa to do the same thing.
That was the 3rd assist of this game for Larisha Cawthorn, tied with Chloe Smith for the team high. She also has career double-double number 63 with 10 rebounds to go along with her 14 points. She has it now on the right wing. Guarded by Elmore, now dribbles out calmly and gives it to Lanaya Brown at midcourt with 6:05 left in this ball game. Cawthorn, top of the key, hands to Ray. Shelby Bird on her. Bird, 2 for 8 from the floor with 5 points, but has blocked 5 shots. Butler, left side, gives it to Cawthorn, left elbow. Nearly lost it, gets it back, gives it to Nolan in the corner, gets it right back, and again, they'll reset up top with 5:45 left to go in the ball game. Franklin Simpson content to play a little keep away right now.
Again, you're just going to hunt for the best shot possible. There's no reason to force up any bad shot.
Ray beats Bird in isolation, has it blocked again from behind, but did they get a foul call this time? They do. Bird blocked it from behind, but this time caught the hand. It's her third foul. 2 more free throws for Vanessa Ray.
And for Bird, I mean, that was great recovery by her because Vanessa had her beat off the dribble.
First free throw doesn't get the bounce off the front of the rim. Addie Slagle leads Barren County with 7. That's their high mark. Mahalia Burton has 6, 4-piece for Katie Elmore and Katie Geralds, and 5 for Shelby Bird. Franklin Simpson has the only 2 double-digit scores in this game as Ray now has 11 as she makes the second free throw. The Lady Cats just 5 for 11 at the line, but they lead at 31-26 as Nolan and Butler come out and Savage and Smith are in the starting lineup on the floor for Franklin Simpson with 5.5 minutes left to go.
Sitting in that 3-2 zone, and their zone has really done a lot of work, especially when they blitz in those corners.
Barren County with their starting 5 on the floor as well. The first seat on the bench occupied by Addie Slagle. Surprised she's not in, but she may return. Bird in the corner, guarded by Smith. Beats her on the baseline. Savage comes with the help, and the foul is called from the far side official from the play. The play was on the right block. The official on the left wing calls the contact against Savage for the help. And it's 2 free throws for Shelby Bird.
And again, that's what Bird is great for getting inside. She isn't having the most efficient game so far, but her getting to the line right here can make up for it.
We did not have any free throws in the third quarter as Bird makes the first of these 2. And we saw this in the South Warren game. Expect there to be plenty of free throws in this fourth quarter. The whistle is going to tighten as this game does. Bird, again, a 75% free throw shooter on the season, is 2 for 3 for the night. Missed the second. It was just flat, but Smith and Ray collide. Cawthorn, though, stays back to get the rebound off the floor. It's 31-27 Franklin with 5 minutes left to go in the basketball. Ray brings it across, kicks it right corner, Savage. She's trapped, hands it to Ray, in all sorts of trouble, and Coach Taylor has to take a timeout. Was completely out of wax there as Ray and Savage were bunched together. The Lady Cats call a timeout, 4:55 left. They lead at 31-27 here inside Diddle Arena at the 4th Region Tournament on 92.3 WFKN.
Hi, my name is Ellison Wolhite and I'm playing Ariel in The Little Mermaid. We wanted to invite you on a magical adventure under the sea. Come see Franklin Simpson High School's production of The Little Mermaid March 21st through the 23rd at the FSHS PAC. You'll meet all my friends Flounder, Sebastian, and even that wicked sea witch Ursula. We'll sing, dance, and take you on an unforgettable journey. Pre-sale tickets are $10 for adults and $5 for students. So what are you waiting for? Come be part of our world and make a splash with The Little Mermaid.
Oh, yeah.
Which the only reason I said this was because of the combination.
This time you got to move the screen. You got to be still. Jazz is going to probably get 2 of them right here, like this. He's going to get this middle person. All right, target 24 is who's doing it.
Well, this is only from halftime to the third quarter. Now, the second quarter was a lot of different. It was -4 there.
(31-27) Franklin Simpson leading Barren County for the second time in the 2 matchups between these 2 teams. The Lady Cats trailing at halftime, this time by only 1. And they were able to take a lead into the fourth quarter after a buzzer beater to end the third from Chloe Smith. And they've rode the momentum from there, outscoring Barren County slimly 3-1 in this fourth quarter, but it's been enough. They've slowed this thing down to a snail's pace and have possession out of a timeout with Larisha Cawthorn deep on the left wing. 4:45 left to go. She's double teamed, steps through it, gives it to Vanessa Ray, has it knocked away from behind, and she was the last to touch it as it goes into the scorer's table on the far side.
You know, I would love for Franklin Simpson to kind of continue to play their game. They had Chloe at the free throw line and only one person at the basket.
Yep.
I think that was the chance that you could say, hey, turn around, go get your bucket.
Lady Cats go back to their defensive lineup. Ray, Butler, Nolan, Lanaya Brown the guards. Lanaya through the first 3 quarters had the best plus or minus in terms of what the score is when you're on the floor. Franklin Simpson +5 through 3 quarters with Lanaya out there. Vanessa Ray forces a loose ball, but on the floor, Katie Elmore. It was Slagle who hopped up off the bench to help her up, so I saw her number first, was able to recover it. And Barren County quickly takes a timeout. 4:30 left to go, 31-27. Franklin Simpson leading Barren County. Again, the stakes in this one, the Lady Cats seeking their first trip to the region championship game since 2022. Just the second time in the last 5 years they would have made it under head coach Ashley Taylor. The last time they won this region tournament was in 2009. Franklin Simpson is 2-2 against Barren County in this tournament since 2000. Both wins actually came in the title game, both losses in the semifinals. Barren County is trying to make it back to a region championship game after not even making this tournament last year. They have been pretty much staples alongside Bowling Green in the region title game. Again, beat Bowling Green back in 2019. The Lady Purples have won 5 since then, the majority of which have been against Barren County. The Trojanettes operate on offense out of the timeout. Gerald's has it deep on the left wing. Still no Slagle. It's Burton in there at the point, waiting for it up top. Being hounded is Gerald. Gives it off to Atkinson, and she throws it away. Picked off by Vanessa Ray. Nessa beats 2 defenders across half court. Right corner, Butler. Dribbles with the left hand. Now goes cross side to Nolan. Up top, Ray with exactly 4 minutes left to go. Baseline. Butler tries to hit a cutting Cawthorn. It's over her head, but fortunately, straight to Nasia Nolan in the corner. Off a drive. Ray splits the D, missed the layup long. Cawthorn gets the putback to go. 33-27, 3:45 left.
And Barren County, they're going to try to push the pace because they need to make up a deficit. We talked about this is a game of runs.
Yes.
Franklin Simpson on that run right now.
Nasia Nolan all over Katie Elmore, and she's clapping up everybody she's on. She switches outside onto Burton. Now she switches back onto Elmore. Elmore drives right side. Ray fouls her hard on her way to the rim, and it's 2 free throws for Katie Elmore. But how about the energy from Nasia Nolan? 3 straight times she switches onto the ball handler and immediately claps right in their face.
Yeah, she is bringing that defensive energy, and she's sitting in the chair. She's right there with them, and if they can continue this kind of pressure, it's going to be hard for Barren County to really come back. Again, the saving grace is they got to the free throw line.
And I know they have Atkinson in there by default as technically the only lone forward, but scoreless in this game. I'm still very shocked with as well as she handled the pressure early in this game that we haven't seen Addie Slagle.
Yeah,
and it's not a knock against Burton, the freshman point guard who has hit 2 3-pointers. So she's done her job out there. 2 free throws coming up for Katie Elmore. There are 2 seniors on this roster. She's one, Katie Gerald's the other, trying to avoid seeing their senior season end here inside Diddle Arena as the first free throw hits the back iron, goes up and rolls over the top of the backboard with 3:24 left to go. Her Trojanettes trailing by 6, 33-27. Franklin Simpson has opened up their highest lead of the game.
And Barren County just leaving points on the board now. They need to start making these free throws.
Second one up, it misses short. They're 1 for 4 at the free throw line in the quarter, 4 for 10 for the game. They're one of the best teams in the state at the free throw line, but Diddle Arena changes everything. Brown loses it coming across half court. Then Gerald's lost it back. Butler brings it up for Franklin Simpson. Tries to leave it for Savage. She's bumped, takes it away from everyone, fires it into a cutting Lanaya Brown, and she's fouled on a short jumper. What a play by Jasmine Savage to hold on to that basketball through the chaos underneath.
Yeah, she took a lot of contact, too, around the block area. And what a great pass from the corner to the middle of the free throw line. That's a tough pass to make.
Incredible all around. Those are plays that win close games. That's the 4th foul on Shelby Bird for Barren County. Just 6 points so far, but she has been a wizard defensively as Lanaya Brown gets her first point of the game in the biggest moment as the free throw falls through. 34-27 Franklin Simpson, 3:01 to go. Smith and Savage out. They go to the defensive lineup once again as Brown makes both. Talk about seniors that don't want to see their season end. She's at the top of that list.
That's championship pedigree right there for this team.
Burton brings it across, gives it to Bird. Driving from the left side, is fouled on a wild free throw line jumper. They get that on Larisha Cawthorn, who reached up that long right arm to contest. She doesn't know how it's on her. But again, Bird works her magic and goes back to the line for 2 free throws. She's 2 for 4 from the game. And Barren County, depending on where this final score ends at, can look back at the free throw line as a deciding factor. First free throw misses short again. They're 1 for 5 for the quarter. Meanwhile, Franklin Simpson, who were 4 for 9 through the first 3 quarters, 3 for 4 here in the fourth quarter.
And you know, this quarter is kind of reminding me of that overtime period. Right now, it's 7-1 in favor of the Lady Cats as Bird finally makes that second free throw. I mean, she really needed that one.
They've only scored 2 points, both at the free throw line. Cawthorn splits a double at half court. Gives to Chloe Smith, right side, drives, cut off at the block, now leaves it for Cawthorn in the right corner. 2:40 left to go. Franklin Simpson playing keep away. Barren County with just 2 fouls. May need to start racking them up. Ray drives right side. Cut off by Elmore. Had it knocked away. Jump ball on the floor. And the arrow will keep it with Franklin Simpson.
I think if you're Franklin Simpson, you want to kind of reset that ball, set up some kind of offense, because you have the time to play with now. Barren County has to make something happen, and if you can be patient, you can make them make a mistake.
Nolan, Brown, and Ray the guard. Smith inbounding. Goes to Ray on the right block. Now she circles out to the corner. Tried to spin back against Bird. Lost it but gets it back. Now cross court to Nolan. Drives in from the left wing. Takes a bump at the elbow and sends it out to Cawthorn at midcourt. 2:20 left to go. LaRisha guarded by Elmore. Hands to Ray, and they get Risha for an offensive foul. She bumped unintentionally into Bird, who did get caught up around the chin by the shoulder of Cawthorn, but she just ran right into it.
Yeah, I think you would call that incidental contact because both players, I mean, I guess who forces that contact, right?
I understand the call. It's 50-50. I don't think you can fault it too much. And now, TB, Addie Slagle's back in for Barren County. She operates out of the point. Her Trojanettes down by 7 with 2 minutes left to go. Stuck in the right corner. Throws a pass up to Elmore, and Cawthorn bats it down the sideline and saves it. Everyone thought it was out of bounds, but she missed the layup in transition. Bird behind the back dribble at midcourt. Nolan goes down. Brown goes down, but Vanessa Ray gets a steal anyway. It's chaos in Diddle. Cawthorn's layup misses again. Fouled on the floor, and will reset with 1:46 left to go. Everybody goes down. The shot won't go down, but a foul called underneath will give Franklin Simpson a baseline inbound. Cawthorn thought she was shooting. They don't give her that call, and they did wave it off immediately. It will be an inbound for Chloe Smith to take with 1:46 left to go. My goodness.
Yeah, I think the foul was on the offensive rebound.
Ray gets it on the baseline, and she's bumped on the floor. So now Barren County with 4 fouls, really a good one.
Yeah, actually more advantageous for Barren County than it is for Franklin Simpson at that point.
The only issue now, Gerald has 4 to go along with the 4 of Bird, and immediately, and now they've got Barren County inbounding. That's the wrong call. Bird tried to pull her greatest trick yet and go down to get the inbound. As now Smith will collect it for Franklin Simpson. The official's laughing. Bird got him.
I think he was waving off the crowd like, yeah, my bad, my bad.
Smith to inbound immediately goes in on the elbow to Cawthorn. Touch pass back to Smith, and it's a 9-point game. Timeout called right after the basket. And Franklin Simpson leads it 37-28 out of a pool of ugly for the last 30 seconds. Beauty from Cawthorn to Smith, and it might just be the kill shot.
I mean, that play right there, that's called conditioning throughout the entire game. They have been running that play the entire game, getting it to LaRisha at the elbow, and they never guarded the inbounder. And so in that play, that left Chloe wide open. And again, LaRisha, one of the best passers on this team, can really put that right on the money.
We talked about Bird working her magic and pulling out a few tricks. Franklin Simpson had one more left up their sleeve. And for all LaRisha has done, scoring the basketball, rebounding the basketball, it's the facilitating and the playmaking as she mid-air bats it almost like a volleyball player to Chloe Smith to make it 37-28 Franklin Simpson. They've outscored Barren County 9-2 in the fourth quarter with 1:40 left to go. Here comes Katie Elmore off the inbound. Gives to Slagle deep on the right wing, now into the corner. Burton back to Slagle. Franklin Simpson trapping.
You cannot foul in this moment right now.
Gerald gives to Bird. Left side, drives baseline, cut off. Wild mid-range jumper, pitch long. It's rebounded by Cawthorn to Ray. Her pass deflected. Vanessa gets it back up to Nolan. Nasia drives. Runner, no. And a foul called underneath. It's a block. It's a block against Barren County, called against Slagle. 2 free throws on the way for Nasia Nolan with 1:13 left to go.
And I think if you're Barren County, you don't mind that foul call because it stops the clock. You're going to have to foul no matter what, regardless, to try to get back into this game. But again, just great defense by this Lady Cat team. Even after the offensive struggles in this game, their defense has really shown through.
Nolan's free throw, good.
The largest lead of the night for the Lady Cats at 10.
Who would have thought, looking at the numbers coming into this game, if you had to pick one of these two teams to seal a game at the free throw line, it's Franklin Simpson vastly outperforming Barren County there in this fourth quarter as Nolan's second free throw doesn't get the bounce. Far side rebound is pulled down by Slagle. 38-28, and it's overthrown out of bounds over the head of Atkinson. Franklin Simpson gets it back with 1:07 left to go.
Right now, Franklin Simpson, just all the energy in the world. And as long as they don't turn the ball over, they're looking in prime real estate to secure this win.
Cawthorn brings it up and waves everybody off. Lost it off her foot, but she kicked it straight to Chloe Smith. Being hounded up top by Gerald. She doesn't want to foul because she's got 4. Bird doesn't want to foul Ray because she's got 4. Left side, Smith. Gerald is all over her. Now to Cawthorn, 45 seconds left to go, and she's fouled by Katie Elmore as the Franklin Simpson fans start to soak it in.
That three-man weave right there, or excuse me, three-woman weave right there, that triangle at the top of the key, running it to perfection. Again, it's always the little things that go into winning championships and winning in these moments, and they're doing it to perfection.
There are 2 traits to a winning team. You've got to know how to win, and you've got to hate losing. And this team displays both in this comeback win as Cawthorn misses the first of 2 free throws. She's got 16 points, a double-double, had 3 steals through 3 quarters. We'll see what the official number is. Will be around 5 assists. Had all 8 for Franklin Simpson in the first quarter, the first 9 of the game overall. We were wondering when the supporting cast would step up, who would step up from that cast. And it was Vanessa Ray and Chloe Smith who answered the call offensively, and Nasia Nolan, Majayla Butler, and Lanaya Brown defensively as Cawthorn's second free throw falls, and it's 39-28. Right side, Elmore, or excuse me, I believe it's Gerald's fires up a 3. It misses. Bird can't save it. Franklin Simpson gets it back with 33 seconds left to go.
And again, as long as they're not fouling, you're playing great defense for Franklin Simpson. Don't turn the ball over. You're going to get another foul call.
Brown gets a contested inbound. Being chased down from behind by Burton. Gives it to Ray at midcourt. Brings it out to the right wing with 25 seconds left to go. Larisha Cawthorn holds up top. Barren County still defending with 20 seconds left. Smith hounded, a double team brought by Atkinson as well as Gerald's. She slips through all of it and scores freely on the right block. Chloe Smith has 8, all in the second half, 41-28. A foul will be called just before Franklin Simpson can fully celebrate this. The band had started to tune up the fight song. They're going to have to hold for 2.2 seconds longer, as not only did Franklin get the foul, but Barren County's in the bonus.
I mean, I guess this will hurt if you're a gambling person, this will hurt the spread for you.
I saw the spread for this one. I believe it was around 4 or 5.
Probably.
Franklin Simpson favored. It looked dicey as the first free throw hits from Mahalia Burton. That freshman's played a great game. And let me say this while we've got the moment. There are only 2 seniors on this Barren County team. Their best player is a sophomore. They're going to be back, and they're going to be back for vengeance. Last year, just like Franklin Simpson falling in the semifinals to Bowling Green. But the second free throw misses for Burton, and tonight is Franklin Simpson's night. On the same floor, they saw their season end in the same scenario. They saw their season end a year ago. This time, it's Barren County, who Franklin Simpson is able to move on past to a championship date. Will it be a date with destiny against Bowling Green, or will it be 2 fresh faces? And Metcalfe County will be the other team to advance That's not for us to decide. All we know is the Lady Cats make up one half of the 4th Region Championship game Saturday night here inside Diddle Arena as they take down Barren County 41-29 and make the region championship for the first time since 2022 in pursuit of their first title since 2009. 41-29, again, your final score. We'll take a break. When we come back, we get you all the final numbers from this one as Franklin Simpson picks up win number 27 on the season, 1 win away from Rupp Arena. You're listening to Lady Cat Basketball as we get our post-game show underway here on 92.3 WFKN.
I don't do the most, but I do a lot. I'ma make a toast, cause we still alive. No big, I feel like Pac. I shoot a shot. I'm coming in hot. Yeah, coming in hot. Just like the fajita. I write what I live. My life in the speaker. I'm nice with the flow.
Are you looking for a place to connect, grow, and worship? Discover Franklin First United Methodist Church in downtown Franklin. Join us every Sunday for 2 uplifting services. Experience our traditional service at 9 a.m., where hymns and heartfelt messages bring our community together. Or come to our contemporary worship service at 11 a.m., where you'll find a lively atmosphere filled with modern music and inspiration. No matter where you are on your faith journey, there's a place for you here. Join us this Sunday at Franklin First United Methodist Church. We can't wait to welcome you home.
There are buttons to button, snacks to prepare, math problems to help with, and boo-boos to kiss. If you have people who need you, you need life insurance. Talk to a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent about a policy that protects the ones you love. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
We've been with Franklin Bank since '92 because we trust it.
Franklin was a great fit to help build a team and a culture that just kind of resonated with both of us.
They took a chance on us.
It's not a banking relationship, it's a personal relationship.
That's the most important thing to me about doing business with a bank is to have trust and faith in the people you're dealing with. And the people at Franklin Bank do every bit that needs to be done to give me that feeling.
All region players being honored here at Diddle Arena, where Franklin Simpson is victorious 41-29 in the 4th Region Tournament semifinals, punching their ticket to Saturday's championship game. It'll be a 7 o'clock date with either Bowling Green or Metcalfe County. The Lady Cats came into the final quarter with a 2-point lead, 28-26. Chloe Smith had just hit a buzzer beater at the end of the 3rd quarter, a controversial one, admittedly, as we talked about it. There was 1.1 seconds on the clock. It felt like she had it for a little bit longer than that, but the clock was delayed. Chloe took advantage and put it up and in, and the Lady Cats had a 2-point lead, but they came out. They smother Barren County. In the final quarter, the Trojanettes of Barren County only take 4 shots. They miss all 4 of them. There are 3 points in the quarter, all from the free throw line, where they go just 3 for 8, and for the game, 6 for 14 for a team that was top 50 in the state in free throw shooting coming into tonight. As Franklin Simpson leaps from the far side, and their player of the year, Larisha Cawthorn, is honored. The Lady Cats get 17 points, 15 rebounds, 4 assists, and 4 steals from Larisha in this one. Again, scored the first 9 points of the game for the Lady Cats. Then the help came in. Vanessa Ray had 4 points in the 2nd quarter. She finishes with a huge 11 points. She's been in double figures twice over the last 8 games. Both times have been against Barren County, as head coach Taylor is honored as co-coach of the year, and the entire Lady Cat roster on the far side goes crazy for that honor. Coach Taylor, 27-2 this season. Over the last 5 years at Franklin Simpson, she is 112-26 against this region. 84 wins and 15 losses. And she is headed to her second region championship. The last time she was there, 2022, when the Lady Cats fell to Bowling Green. This year they'll see the Lady Purples again, or it will be Metcalfe County. Tyler Eaton and Tavius Babb with you as they finished up all the honorees. After the game, we'll chat with assistant coach Jermaine Savage. We'll see if any players make it out as well later on for Franklin Simpson. TB, going through the numbers, there are obviously a few that immediately catch the eye. Franklin Simpson dominates the rebounds 36-15. They get 18 offensive rebounds, 18 defensive rebounds. They take 15 more shots in this game than Barren County. But by the time the game was over, we talked about at halftime, the Lady Cats had only had 3 steals. Both teams had 8 turnovers. Franklin Simpson turns Barren County over 10 times in the second half. Franklin Simpson only turns it over 6 times for themselves. Of the 10 for Barren County, 7 of them steals for Franklin Simpson, who finished this game with 20 points off turnovers to just 9 for Barren County.
I mean, it seemed like a big shift than what we talked about at the beginning of the game. And then also those second chance points, Franklin Simpson 14-0 from Barren County. I mean, it was just a clinic from start to, from the second quarter on, probably, I would say. From the second quarter on, from the second, third, and fourth quarter, the Lady Cats shot 48% from the field.
Wow.
I mean, they really turned it up from then on, and then obviously in that third and fourth quarter, their defense ramped up. We talked about it. This is a game of runs. What were you going to do whenever who's going to make that big run? And the Lady Cats went on a 9.0 run in the fourth quarter, and that's what sealed the deal.
Bowling Green and Metcalfe County now out on the floor warming up for the second semifinal. The winner of this game to take on Franklin Simpson. The Lady Purples, of all the teams in this region tournament, the 8-team field coming in, had the worst record. A losing record in the regular season, but they've still been very good against this region. They defeated South Warren in the District 14 championship game, and it's here tonight where the Lady Purples will put their streak of 5 straight region titles on the line before potentially trying to close it off against Franklin Simpson, or will it be Metcalfe County, a team that all year long has been seen in the top 3 of this region? Got off to a bit of a rough start, but man, they have torn it up down the stretch, including a win against the Trojanettes of Barren County. They've got 2 fantastic players. They've got one of the few bigs that you're going to be able to see hang with Larisha Cawthorn and Josie Allen, and then Cassidy London as their star from outside. They're the better offensive team of these 2. Bowling Green is going to want to slow this down and play a defensive game. We'll see which one of the 2 ends up ruling the night. For Franklin Simpson here tonight, 17 points leads the way for Larisha Cawthorn. Vanessa Ray has 11. Chloe Smith scores 8. Sanaya Downey with a big 2 there at the end of the first half of play for the Lady Cats. Lanaya Brown gets 2 points as well, both at the free throw line, putting the icing on the cake for this win. And then 1 point for Nasia Nolan, who was our player of the game last game. When you look through, again, the plus or minus numbers that they provide, so when these players are on the floor, what is the point differential? We talked about the rotations that Franklin Simpson were running between the defensive unit with 4 guards and then bringing Sav and Chloe Smith in there for defense. Vanessa Ray, Nasia Nolan, and Lanaya Brown were the ones coming in that defensive unit. The other guard for Franklin Simpson kind of varied at times between Majayla Butler and Sav, but they really settled in on Majayla. Those 4 guards, Lanaya, Vanessa, Nasia, and Majayla, were all over plus 10. Majayla was plus 11, Nasia and Vanessa Ray plus 13. And in a game where Larisha was so dominant, the best player in terms of plus or minus tonight for Franklin Simpson was the senior point guard, Lanaya Brown. 27 minutes of play, and in that time, Franklin Simpson was a plus 15.
Yeah, I mean, and that all comes down to what can you do on the court when you're not scoring, right? And that's what Lanaya did. She was great defensively. We can go through the list of all the players that didn't really score too many points. Go to Nasia Nolan, who, again, defensively, we saw her clapping in front of offensive players' faces. Just straight disrespect, but it's okay. We'll take it. And then, again, Majayla Butler, we've always said it all year long. She is one of the premier defensive players for this Lady Cat team. And as long as they're playing in a manner of where they can kind of pick up the efficiency like they did in this game, but then defensively are just straight dogs the entire game. It's going to be really hard for anybody to beat this Lady Cat team.
Franklin Simpson takes just one three-pointer. They miss it in this ballgame. We knew they were not going to test the waters from outside. 9 for 17. They go from the free throw line as a team, shooting 38% overall for the game. But as you noted, much improved in the second half, and they go 4 for 7, 57% in the final quarter of this one. On the other side for Barren County, they put 3 players at 7 for the team high. Mahalia Burton, the freshman point guard who made a couple three-pointers. Shelby Bird, their star, held to just 7 on 2 for 10 shooting. In fact, I said that her being in single digits is not a bad thing. This is the first of their 6 losses this year where she hasn't scored in double figures for Barren County. 7 points for Adeline Slagle, all of them coming in the first half. Didn't really play that much in the second half of this ball game. She finishes with her 7 as the Trojanettes go 3 for 7 from three-point range, just 6 for 14 at the free throw line. They shoot 37% for the ball game, and perhaps of all the players who did score, TB, there are 2 that stand out for not hitting certain numbers. Katie Elmore had 4 points. She had been in double figures in 4 straight games, averaging 15 points per game over that stretch, had 12 points in their opening game against Cumberland County. She takes just 4 shots and scores 4 points in this game here tonight. And then the other one that really catches the eye for Barren County, and Ashley Atkinson, who had a career-high 16 points in the first matchup between these 2 teams. She doesn't take a shot in this game for the Trojanettes, finishes scoreless to go along with just 1 rebound in 22 minutes of action. The Lady Cats certainly learned their lesson from the first time and keyed in on her.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised that she didn't take any shots or even attempted to really get up anything. And again, that's also contributed to the fact that this Lady Cat team defensively was just all around them, causing turnovers. Atkinson also had 5 turnovers in their own right. And I mean, I look at the field goal attempt column for both teams, and Franklin Simpson 42 attempts to Barren County's 27. And so that just shows how much pressure this Lady Cat team really put on all of these players, not just Atkinson, in this game.
You win a lot of games taking 15 more shots than the opponent. It wasn't the case for Franklin Simpson last year in the region semifinals against Bowling Green. They vastly outshot the Lady Purples, but they took 26 threes and only 18 two-pointers. Tonight, of the 42 field goal attempts, 1 comes from outside the three-point arc. Franklin Simpson winners 41-19 in this region semifinal. We're going to take another break. When we come back, we'll see if Coach Savage is able to make it out with us. If not, we'll go ahead and start to put a bow on things, as obviously this team is celebrating. There's some mandatory media duties that they have to handle for the local media as well. But this is a night that is quickly going to shift from celebration to scouting, as here in about 25 minutes, the second semifinal will get underway between Bowling Green and Metcalfe County. The winner of that will take on the Lady Cats in the region championship game on Saturday. Our post-game show continues after this here on 92.3 WFKN.
Hey, Mr. Smith, what was that call about last Friday night?
Well, Doc, I thought he crossed the line.
I'm pretty sure everyone in the stands thought you were the one that crossed the line with that call.
I guess I get that all the time, Doc.
Well, I'm glad you finally came in here to get your eyes checked at Wilkins Eye Care.
And like I said, I hear that all the time.
Go, Cats!
Wilkins Eye Care, 705 North Main Street, Franklin, Kentucky.
The Vanessa Hunt. You don't want this thing.
It don't matter. I can stand up. Sit down.
You don't want
I
your
can
chair.
sit down. I can sit down. I know it.
Mac with you here inside Diddle Arena, where we're joined by assistant coach Jermaine Savage as Franklin Simpson is on the heels of a 41-29 win over Barren County in the 4th Region Tournament semifinals. Coach, we knew this was going to be a battle. We saw this the first time. It took 2 overtimes to pick a winner in the regular season between these two teams. Again, the Lady Cats find themselves down at halftime. This time a bit slimmer margin, just 1. And going into that 4th quarter, get a little bit of momentum with Chloe with the buzzer beater just before the end of the 3rd. And in that 4th frame, we've seen this team defend well. I don't know if we've seen this team defend that well this season.
Well, here's what it comes down to. When you're in the tournament, I tell people this all the time, and I told these girls before the game, when you're playing in tournament play, the scoring goes down.
Yep.
I mean, you've been scouted to death. When you're good as we are, they see everything we run, and they had our number offensively, and we had to turn the defense up and try to get some easy buckets, and we did.
Yeah. Well, I noted that's one of the biggest numbers that stood out to me. In the first half, the points off turnovers weren't there. And you end the game with 20 turnovers. And the number one thing in that department that I noticed in the first half, it was 8-8 turnover-wise, but only 3 steals. You turned them over 10 times in the second half, 7 of them steals, and the girls were able to get out and run.
And they're hard to turn. It's hard to make them turn the ball over because they got all guards.
Yeah.
And they spread you out well. They're well coached, man. Fundamentally sound, well coached. I think our athleticism took over in the ball game, especially in the 3rd and 4th quarter.
Larisha comes out, scores the only 8 points of the 1st quarter, the first 9 points overall. And we were talking before the game, for Barren County, it's their MO in games like this, that it's everybody else besides Bird. And that's exactly what happened here tonight. It's what happened in their opening game against Cumberland County. But the question was going to be for Franklin, who was going to step up alongside Larisha. And it took a little while for that question to get answered. But the first one to step up and answer it, just like it was at Barren County, was Vanessa. She's had a little bit of a rough stretch here as of late, especially offensively, but she answered the call here tonight.
Oh, absolutely. You know, and we talked to her about it and told her, look, I said, one of you guards is going to score, either you or I, because it's your man who's not guarding us. They're not guarding you. They're down on the block. So Vanessa stepped up. She took on the challenge. But listen, this team, I told them in the locker room, without me getting emotional, they done went through so much, man.
Yeah.
Over the past 2 years, they have went through a lot. I mean, all the expectations people were expecting them to do, but they've accomplished what they wanted to accomplish. The things we went through leading up to this game, everything is paying off for them, and I'm proud of them.
And it's gone 0 to 100.
Yeah.
Extremely. I mean, I was on the other side of it. I mentioned this on a broadcast. I was going back after the Logan County game, or the Russellville game at District, where only 11 points were given up. And I'd said at the end of the broadcast, I wonder when's the last time we held a team to those little points. And I realized quickly, I knew when it was, because it was a game in the Franklin Gym where there were maybe 20 people in attendance, and that's if you include the coaches.
Yeah.
And how quickly this thing has been completely transformed comes with a lot of positives, and it comes with a lot of negatives and a lot of pressure. And all of that I know was weighing on this team here tonight, but somehow, some way, your girls, these 7 seniors, they find a way to play through it. And I guess, again, the pro and the con of it is that the job is not done.
No,
there's still one game left before this team can reach where they want to get in Rupp Arena.
No, yeah, and that's it. You know, I told them enjoy this moment, but we got one more game to play to finish it all up. Act like you've been here before. You know, we won a lot of games since you all been playing basketball. Really proud of these 2 girls behind me.
Yeah.
Jasmine and Nasia. And I'm proud of them because Nasia's coming off the bench. She could start over Jazz. Jazz has struggled all year, but Jazz is now saying, I'm going to guard better, and Nasia's pushing her, and Jazz is pushing Nasia. So I'm loving that. And that's what we do.
Yeah.
That's why we've been successful. We worry about us, and I'm proud of these girls for that.
When you look at the split, the minute splits between those two, Jazz plays 19 minutes, 40 seconds. Yeah. And Nasia plays 20 minutes. It literally was all game. One of them was always on the floor. And Jazz, we didn't even get to talk about it. The first game of this tournament did such a good job facilitating, did a bit of everything for Franklin Simpson. Nasia, she was doing the scoring that we typically see from Savin. And, man, what I loved, and we talked about on the broadcast, Nasia, there was a possession down here within the last final 2 or 3 minutes Nasia switched off a screen about 3 or 4 straight times onto the ball handler, and every time clapped right in the face of whoever had the ball.
That's it.
We talk about dogs, and that right there sums it up.
She's a dog, man. She came back, and we talked about this the other night. Her legs are fresh.
Yes.
Her leg, and you could tell it.
Absolutely.
You could tell it. She guarded 3 people in 1 possession. So
well,
proud
Coach,
of her.
I'm not going to hold you too long because I know there's some scouting that's got to take place with this game. But
yeah, you got me over here crying, man.
Well, clear those eyes out because I need you at 20/20 vision for this game. I'll see you Saturday night.
All right, appreciate it.
That's assistant coach Jermaine Savage joining us on our post-game show as Nasia Nolan and Jasmine Savage are both, I would say standing by, but they're both sitting by, taking it easy, and they deserve it after this game. As Nasia's going to slide in first. She was our player of the game, the first game of this tournament. Nasia, we've had some interesting conversations over the course of the season.
Yeah.
There was one point where you came on the broadcast because you did a really good job of clapping on the bench during the course of the game. We didn't know if you would step on any court this year, nonetheless this one. So to not just get to step on this court, but now you're stepping off of it after the semifinals. You've beaten Barren County, and you know that you're going on to the championship game on Saturday. How good does this all feel?
Oh my gosh, it feels great. I don't know. I was so hyped up. You know, me and my team, you know, we're just a hyped team. And it feels amazing, honestly.
You don't have to tell me you were hyped up because you had the moment of the game. It's probably one of the 5 best moments of the season. Defensively, 3 or 4 straight times. They bring somebody to screen you. You switch over every single one of them. And you clap right in the face of every single offensive player.
Yep.
Was that just like a spur of the moment? All the energy just flowed out in that moment, or where did that come from?
Oh yeah, it came from deep down. Like I was lit. I was hyped.
That was 2 years of frustration just let out.
Yep. I was like, you know, come on, I want some more. I want some more. And I got a little tired, but you know, you'll see it again Saturday. You'll see it again.
We've seen this team run up some high offensive scores. This was not going to be one of those games, and you guys knew it coming in. It was a slog all the way through. In that fourth quarter, what do you think the difference was that allowed it to be your Franklin Simpson team that found your stride late? You were the team that got the buckets when it mattered. What do you think the difference was that allowed that to be the Lady Cats tonight?
They got tired, and we took advantage of that. We got hype. We helped each other, and we was hyping each other up. So that's a big key in playing in high-level games like this.
I want to give you a chance to talk about Sav because Coach Savage was talking about this. You two, it's just 1 in, 1 out, 1 in, 1 out, 1 in, 1 out. And I know that it develops a little bit of a relationship because you're a bit of a pair when you're just rotating in and out for each other all the time. How special is it to go along this journey alongside her? You two a bit more similar players in terms of how you function. Obviously, you a bit more on the defensive end, her a bit more on the offensive side. But for you two to be in this spot now, I know it has to be extremely special.
Oh, yeah. Wouldn't want to do it with nobody else, you know, even though we sub for each other, you know, she does something, I do something, and we try to put it together and help the team.
You guys advance to the championship game. We're yet to see who that opponent is going to be. It's going to be Bowling Green or Metcalfe County. Regardless, the goal of everyone is to end this streak of Bowling Green of 5 straight years winning this region tournament. What is it going to take Saturday, regardless of the opponent, for you guys to check off that final goal and get to Rupp Arena?
It's going to take energy. It's going to take strength. It's going to take your heart. It's going to take your mind. It's going to take a lot of mental, and I think we're going to be ready for it. You know, stay ready so you don't got to get ready, and you just got to see it Saturday.
And it's going to take everybody listening and watching showing up to
Bench
Diddle
and
Arena.
all, yep.
We need everybody
Crowd,
here.
yep.
We need every bit of it. And I've got a feeling, Naj, and you can tell me if I'm wrong. I'm not wrong very often, but I'll take it here if I am. I don't think the energy is going to be an issue.
No, definitely not. Hey, if it's an issue from somebody else, it won't be from me. It won't be from me. It's going to be there.
That's Nasia Nolan joining us on our postgame show. Naj, congratulations on this one.
Thank you so much.
Nasia, 8 points in the opening game of this tournament. She brought it on the defensive end here tonight. It didn't show up maybe in the steals department, but my goodness, she was hounding absolutely everyone. And now we're joined by a certain Jasmine Savage, who hasn't just been on this ride with this team for 4 years. You've been a key component of this team. You've been on the floor playing every bit of the time that you've been on this varsity roster. You've seen all the highs, all the lows, from the last time this team was competing for a championship inside Diddle Arena to missing this tournament entirely, to falling just short of the goal last season, to be back in this championship game. I could ask this to anybody, but I find it fitting that I get to ask it of you. How good does it feel?
It feels great, man. I feel like we have came into this year with a whole different attitude, a whole different mindset. From the time we lost last year to now, it's been a complete 360. Like, we changed summer, we changed spring, fall, winter, every season just to get to this moment. And I think tonight really showed how hard we worked, and that hard work has paid off.
Well, I think to the point of that mentality change, I don't know, and it's not a knock to last year's team, but I think it's just a maturity thing. I don't know that last year's team wins this game.
Right.
In the situation that you guys were in, trailing for most of the ball game.
Right.
An experienced group, the 7 seniors, you all come together still with big plays from a junior in Chloe Smith, but Jayla Butler out there as a sophomore. She's been playing her butt off this entire tournament. We get a bucket from Sanaya Downey. You know it's a good night when Sanaya scores. What I love about a game like this is that it truly took every single piece of the puzzle to make it work here tonight.
And that's what our coaches, we talked about in the locker room. We always say it takes everybody, whether it's Risha, whether it's Sanaya, like you said, whether it's somebody who's on the bench cheering us on. It takes everybody to win a game like this.
Walk me through a game like this for you, because we know the game plan going in defensively for Barren County is going to be make everything happen inside. And for you, it could be very easy to pull the trigger on 3 or 4 quick looks from deep on a late closeout. The opportunities were there. You turn them down, keep things moving. What does that look like for you in a game like this, a shooter like yourself, where you know, okay, tonight my role is to defend and to move the ball around the perimeter?
Like I said, once again, it's a winning mindset. It's not about how many points I score. I don't care if I get 0 points. If we get the dub, we get the dub. And, turning down shots to get a good one for a great one, trading a good one for a great one, that's what matters to me, because it comes down to key buckets. If we didn't make key buckets and key decisions in this game, like you said, we probably wouldn't have won.
You made one of what I thought were the key plays of the game, where there was a loose ball down around our basket, and you muscled it down and ripped that thing and were probably bumped by a couple of Barren County players while you were down there. And you keep talking about winning mentality, winning plays, winning moments. That in itself was a winning moment. And I could tell from that moment that this thing's done. Like, you guys were locked in. Did you feel that coming into the game, or was it one of those things where as the game went on, or even the third or fourth quarter went on, that mentality kind of started to seep back in? Or do you think it was there from the jump?
To be honest, I think we all felt it in warm-ups. We came out, things were kind of rocky.
Yeah.
But, I think that was just our nerves a little bit, just being in this gym again and in the same position, But I think that, like I said, once again, that will to win and just get through it, and that overcoming that pressure, I think it just kept us going. And so I think we had it the whole game. We just executed it more in the last half of the game.
I asked Nasia the same question, and I'll end it with you as well. Championship coming up on Saturday. We don't know who it's going to be. I'm sure there might be a preference back in the locker room for what team you guys get to see.
You already know.
Again, in this region tournament. But regardless of who the opponent is, what is it going to take for Franklin Simpson to win a region championship on Saturday and punch your ticket to Rupp Arena?
It's going to take everybody. It's going to take fans. It's going to take us. It's going to take coaches. It's going to take players on the bench, players playing the most minutes, players playing no minutes. It's going to take everybody. You
got a wide open camera there if you want to tell everybody watching to show up and show out.
Show up, show out, be there, or be square. Thanks.
Like your idea. That's Jasmine Savage. I feel like Nasia probably told you that I was going to ask you that. I know she didn't, but you gave pretty much the exact same answer.
Really?
So I think that just says something about how special the bond this team has is.
Chemistry is always there.
All right, Jazz, I'll let you go celebrate this. You've only got 8 minutes to celebrate, then I want you in scout mode.
Gotcha.
All right, Jazz, congratulations on the win. That's Jasmine Savage joining us. We'll see her and the rest of the Lady Cats, and hopefully you as well, inside Diddle Arena on Saturday night, 7 o'clock. We'll be on the air at 6:45 for the Region 4 championship game from inside Diddle Arena. We've only got one thing left to do here for our broadcast, and that's officially announce our Pelican Snowballs of Franklin player of the game, which tonight is Vanessa Ray. She scores 11 points for Franklin Simpson after a scoreless first quarter. Again, has a great game against Barren County and is the X factor in a Franklin Simpson win. She is tonight's Pelican Snowballs of Franklin player of the game. With over 100 snowball flavors, Pelican's the perfect place for you and your family to get a treat. Be on the lookout for the start of their next season. For my partner, Tavius Babb, back in the studio, Kendra Holt doing a fantastic job as always. I'm Tyler Eaton. Really appreciate Coach Savage, Player Savage, Jasmine Savage, and Nasia Nolan for joining us in our post-game show. We will see them, you, anyone in between here inside Diddle for for the region championship game. Again, it tips off at 7 o'clock on Saturday. We'll be on the air at 6:45 here on WFKN. You can also watch along on Channel 9. Join us Saturday night, 7 o'clock, 6:45. We're on the air for another edition of Franklin Simpson Girls Basketball, this time a region championship edition here on 92.3